an elite level Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.
So guys, I want to get into this one. We have to talk about the son-husband epidemic. There is a move going around, and it's been going around for a long period of time, where single mothers specifically are raising their children, specifically their male boys, okay, to be son husbands. Now, what does this term son husband mean? Well, the son husband means that the woman is basically raising the man into the type of men that she finds attractive, okay? So that might be her dressing him a certain way. That might be her telling him, hey, this is how you treat a woman, and so on and so forth. But in reality, a lot of these son husbands grow up and they start getting finessed and they start getting played by women because they might have the exterior, meaning the look or the way that they dress or their swag, in order to, be able to deal with these modern women. But a lot of times on the interior, they were taught the wrong way. So let's break this video down that I found very fascinating on how single mothers are turning their young sons into son husbands.
I'm just not into that. It's just like you want a girlfriend that's black, because BB is
okay. This is very sad and very disheartening because when you start the video off, he starts off by patting his head like he has weave in his hair. Why is he doing this? Because he has seen his mom do it. So when she gets agitated, she itches and scratches and pats at her head. And that's, not scratching in particular, but the patting of the head, very feminine quality. And it's usually done by Black women. And you can tell that he is definitely picking up those mannerisms. So I hate to see it for the young man. And I hope that he gets a strong male role model in his life, maybe a coach or a mentor or something. But this type of activity and these mannerisms sometimes leads to LGBT activities. And, I pray that this young man finds some male guidance in his life.
I'm just not into that. It's just like you want a girlfriend that's black, because BB is black too, but he's light skinned. Do you want a light skinned girlfriend, or you want a chocolate girlfriend like you?
Oh yeah, I want some chocolate girlfriend. A sexy chocolate girlfriend.
Okay, so she asked him, does he want a light skinned girl or a dark skinned girl? He says he wants a sexy chocolate girlfriend. I mean, this kid is in elementary school. How does he know the term sexy? These women are growing these young boys up way too fast. This should not be a word that is in his vocabulary at all. And she finds it amusing. This is not a funny video. It's very sad, actually. And then the women will complain about being over-sexualized and men sexualizing them when these single mothers are raising their sons to, be that way, okay? Not saying that this young man is going to grow up and do anything wrong or whatnot. Obviously, we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. But at the same time, it's just like he doesn't even have a chance. Like, she's teaching him these terms, and she's talking about having a girlfriend at this young age. That this is not the topic of discussion for a young man of his age. It really isn't.
Oh my God, Dave Ruffle. You want you some sexy chocolate.
Oh yeah, safety chocolate.
Okay, Jace, you want her to be tall or short? You want her to be skinny?
I want her to be like my age.
We know you want her to be your age. I said, do you want her to be tall?
Oh yeah.
And then she's filming it to put on social media. Embarrassing. It's not fair, guys. It really is not fair. This is I find this emasculating, quite frankly. I really do. I don't think that this is something that a young man should even be discussing. He shouldn't be thinking about dating until he's maybe middle school, high school.
Or you want her to be short?
Yeah, sure. I want to be bigger than her because every man is bigger than girls. So
And he looks like such a sweet young kid and all that kind of stuff. And I know a lot of young black men, we can see ourselves in this young man, especially if you grew up in a single mother household, which I did not. But I know a lot of young black men see themselves in this young man. I mean, honestly, he looks like me when I was a kid. Like these big dark brown eyes, the lineup, the curly hair. It's really sad to see the way that a lot of these women are bringing these young men up. Like I said, he seems like a really nice, sweet young man. But my issue is them talking about dating, him understanding what sexy means, the terminology. I guarantee that she's playing vulgar hip hop music around this young man. So a lot of these women are leading their young boys astray, and they don't even know it.
I want her to be like short.
So you want a short girlfriend. You want her shorter than you. Okay, you want her to be skinny, or you want her to be thick, or you want her to be fat, or you want her...
Well, I mean, he should not even understand what the term thick means, because thick is supposed to imply that the woman is voluptuous. Voluptuous is supposed to imply that she has large reproductive organs with a thin waist. So it's, man, these kids, bro, the this is why women cannot raise young boys, man. This is bad leadership. He should be thinking about sports. He should be thinking about, candy. He should be thinking about, trick or treating and whatnot. Halloween's coming up, even though it is the devil's holiday. We don't generally celebrate these pagan holidays. But I mean, if he is a, culturally, these are the things he should be thinking about: holidays, candy, what his friends are doing for winter break or something. Like these are not things that a young man should be thinking about.
No, I want a skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy? Am I skinny?
He looked at her like, no.
Mama, you pretty.
Sit back. You ain't got.
He went over. He trying to reassure her, Mom, you're pretty. It's okay. You're not what you're not the ideal of what I'm looking. Even see, and this is when the sisters say, "Oh, your mama black," or da 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 whatever, and it's just like these young men are not trying to date their mothers or anybody who resembles them.
Gotta go over and hug me and tell me that, Jace. What I know you said I'm pretty, but what do you consider me to be? Am I skinny? Am I fat? What?
Let's keep it a buck. We can hear it in your voice. You're overweight, and you're a mother, whatnot. You let yourself go. That's fine. You can get in the gym, but let's keep it funky. We can hear it in your voice.
What do you consider me?
You are getting fat, but I love you.
And my young buck kept it a buck. He said, "You are getting fat, but I love you either way." Such a sweet kid, man. And I work with kids in elementary school, and I see the joy and the honesty and the love that these young kids have, man. And I really respect the youthfulness and the honesty, the frankness of the these little kids. So that's something that definitely brings me joy. But like I said, this is not something that these kids should be focused on. They shouldn't be worried about girls or what type of girl they want. And at this age, they shouldn't understand what thick means or sexy or whatnot. Like it's totally completely ridiculous.
I'm just saying you are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't want a girl my size.
What?
I'm just saying.
Ah,
I love you. I'm just saying.
No,
he said he tried not to offend her. He's saying it's given auntie vibes. It's given Rasputia.
You getting a little big or something. You getting like fat. You getting big like that. Yeah.
Yo, this is hilarious. Shout out to this young man. Shout out to Hutchins Elementary. You could tell they're bringing him up, honest and bright. Hopefully he is able to find a strong male role model, because this ain't it. So anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship question to the email down below with a screenshot of your Cash App, so I know you paying your tithes, man. Y'all need to be on your mom freaking DM with the BS. You already know. Reclaim your throne. What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne, coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne. Hold up. Is my mic connected? Can y'all hear me? Is there sound? Testing. We good? Come on, guys. Somebody got to be. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Man, I'm not getting the indicator on my okay, I can hear. Okay. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. Okay. Shout out to the Do Better podcast with Theo Coop. Shout out to House of Lamar. He says mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, likable. You missed one though. It's a mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. So you missed the operational, but yeah, he remembers the Malcolm acronym. So shout out to House of Lamar. Quiet Riot. All right, shout out to you too. We're gonna get into this this Just Pearly things. I gotta do some things on YouTube really quick that I should have handled beforehand. I just want to tag the 2 content creators who are in this video. So just give me 1 second. But yeah, he said that's why I removed it. Operational. LOL. Okay. Well, yeah, guys, it was I'm glad you guys are in here. This is a monetized stream. This is the only YouTube channel that I still have that's monetized, and we're gonna try and keep it that way, guys. I kind of went off the rails on the last video, and I do apologize, and I'm gonna correct myself and just make sure I don't say anything too crazy, because you guys know I can get a little carried away. But let's see. Okay, so let's go to this live video, and then let's edit the title, and then let's tag our lovely sister Brittany Renner, half sister. You know what I'm saying? And then Just Pearly things. All right, boom. But y'all see the title. It's why are younger women having to school older women on relationships? Okay. Well, let me say on marriage. It's a group project, guys. All right, let me just make it fit. Are young women having to school? Okay, bet. Yeah, that works. All right. So let's get into it. Let's see. Let's read some of y'all's comments. Who's in the building? Van Lee says, Pearl feeling the pressure. They comparing her to Brittany Renner. She made statements on Twitter. What statements are you talking about? Mr. Jake the Great says, "You good, big bro?" Wiz G says, "What video are you referring to where you was lashing out?" I was just speaking on the last video. I kind of went crazy. Said some words that are YouTube sensitive. But we corrected that. Well, we didn't correct it. We'll correct it in the future. But we are also streaming on Rumble, guys. So if you want to watch on Rumble, go to Rumble. Go to the Rumble. We are lit on Rumble. We're streaming on Rumble as we speak. Reclaim your throne on Rumble. We're going up, guys. We're going up. Okay. We've got, let me see. Let me go to my profile. Actually, it doesn't even show me how many. Rumble's got some work to do. It's kind of difficult to see how many people actually follow you. Or maybe I'm just tripping. But anyways, okay, he says go on her Twitter, just Pearly Things. Okay, we'll look into the Twitter real quick. I mean, what are some of the things? What are some of the things that you're talking about that she said on Twitter? I'm trying to figure out like what it was that you're referring to. He said people are on her ass. But I do want to get into this Pearl and Brittany Renner joint. So they're adding her, but it doesn't look like there's an actual profile. Okay, it doesn't look like there's an actual profile. Maybe she deleted the profile. Movement. Okay, so I mean, I see debates going back and forth, but I don't really see anything people calling her out or anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But anyways, let's get to it.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to Sit Downs with Pearl, where I sit down with some guests from my show. We talk about different stuff. Today, I have a special guest, Brittany Renner.
Hi.
The man, the woman, the myth, the legend.
Okay, so there you have it, Brittany Renner. Actually, she looks decent today. She's actually involved in a lawsuit where she spazzed on the guy who I think he has a floor cleaning business or something like that. Fantastic Floors or something, and he's suing her because she spit on him at Rolling Loud, if I'm not mistaken. So, she might be a little stressed right now. Okay. But all in all, I've always said that, just a little background on Brittany Renner. I've always said that I like Brittany Renner. Okay. I think that, she's attractive. She's pretty much, I gave her a 6, especially when you see the without makeup pictures. But I mean, I think she's attractive and whatnot. Nice body. Obviously, I think she would be great company. Good to have a conversation with, all that shit. Seems like she plays along well and she gets along well. But in the relationship context, guys, it's looking rough, okay? It's looking very rough. I mean, for one, she's got all her business out there and she doesn't regret it, which she's going to detail in this video. For two, she's in a position where she's got a lot of healing to do. Maybe she thinks she's already done the work, but in all actuality, she hasn't. And also, she's making a certain amount of money, so she's not going to be able to have, the same amount of options as far as dating wise that she would have. If she didn't make as much, because now her standards are higher. The issue is Brittany Renner has way too much shit out here on the internet. You can pretty much watch her grow up in her 20s or whatnot. A lot of the things that she was saying are just it's it's irredeemable, especially for a Malcolm, okay, or even a you know a Malcolm that's maxed out in attractiveness, okay, looks maxed Malcolm, all right. She I'm not trying to say that it's completely over because I'm sure there's a simp who's going to take her, but that's the thing. She's going to have to settle for a simp. And a lot of these women, they don't want simps. They want the top guy. They want the guy who's, respected by his peers. But anybody who has you under their arms, unfortunately, cannot be respected by his peers in that regard. So obviously, they're not going to, in your face, they're not going to talk shit. But there are going to be issues that arise. And Brittany Renner, she's also very spiteful in relationships, as we've seen. She's the type to get her lick back. So if she gets cheated on, she's going to get her lick back, as she has stated before. She's also said that she's into some extremely weird sexual fantasies as well. So I mean, there's a lot to take in. And she's a single mom, okay? The ultimate no-no. So she has so many red flags, and I guess Pearl is just trying to have a conversation with her and get her outlook on things. And they speak about Kevin Samuels and other people as well during the podcast. But without further ado, let's go.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So today we're going to talk about, you are one of the most notorious people in the manosphere.
Okay.
And I think that I kind of represent that average.
Okay, so yeah, I think she went overboard with one of the most notorious figures in the manosphere. No, I mean, guys make reaction videos to her, but she doesn't have the basic concepts of the manosphere down, and most women don't because they can't really empathize with men. So she doesn't really understand the manosphere either. And then obviously Pearl is a woman as well, and I like Pearl. She puts men on, she puts other black men on, like King Riches, and then the auntie or whatnot, black women, black men, all that shit. So she is actually reaching out and doing the work. I've done an interview with her, but ultimately, and I think Pearl kind of does a good job of this. But ultimately, when you are a woman, you just cannot see through the male lens. And I think Pearl tries her best to do so. But then you have people on the internet questioning her authenticity, her intentions, and all that kind of shit. So let's keep going.
Average viewer that, knows a bit about you, but not the whole story.
Okay.
So I was hoping to start from the beginning. How did this reputation come about? And do you feel like it is deserved?
I do feel that it's deserved because what I've come to understand is that I have
Also, you see the collarbone tattoo, guts over fear. Another red flag.
misrepresented myself for a very long time. And I would say that my villain origin story was I had first moved to LA in 2014, was linking up with someone after my breakup with a guy I was with.
Was linking up with someone out. Okay, so it was a celebrity. It was a celebrity.
4 years. And TMZ put out an article and claimed that I said I was pregnant by Colin Kaepernick, right?
Wait, okay, so you're with a guy for 4 years.
We break up.
From high school.
From college.
From college.
Yeah.
And you said 18?
18 what?
When you moved at 18.
I moved to LA in 2014.
Oh, 2014.
So she went to LA to become a star because, she's light-skinned, mixed girl. I told you guys how she learned how to be black at Jackson State because she went to Jackson State. She went to JSU. She learned how to become a black woman at Jackson State. So she did that. She went to JSU, learned how to become a black woman, and then she goes to LA because she believes that she has star power, which she does. Okay, she definitely does. So I'm not going to take that away from her.
Yes.
Okay, and how old were you?
I think maybe 21, 22.
Okay, 21, 20. And you were dating Colin Kaepernick at the time?
I wouldn't
hooking up.
Whatever.
Lincoln?
Lincoln. Let's just say Lincoln.
Sneaky Lincoln?
At the time.
So she was linking Colin Kaepernick, who obviously fizzled out in the league. At the time, she probably felt like she was in her peak.
And with that, they had photoshopped a picture. I had like posted him for like my Man Crush Monday. This is like Instagram a long time ago when there was Woman Crush Wednesdays, Man Crush Monday.
Remember those.
You remember that?
Yeah,
So, so I had posted him and I put like perfection and then I added him. And
wow, see, she doing too much. Already you doing too much, boo. Already you doing too much. Like, this between me and you? It's between me and you.
Again, why I posted on my Instagram? Great question. But someone had photoshopped the image. Media Takeout, I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they had posted it and then TMZ ran the story. And I felt like from that moment on, I was labeled a villain. And you have to understand, I was in a relationship for 4 years. Like most people know the white guy that I used to date. We used to post together. He's the reason I got into fitness.
I don't know him. I missed that part. I didn't know who that white guy was, but I wonder if he's already kind of found what he was looking for in life. You know, she had plenty of opportunities at love. I guarantee that white man would have married her, but she said in previous podcasts that she's not really rocking with white men. Okay. She's not really rocking with white men. That's what she said. Okay.
And I was already labeled a villain, a whore, and was accused of something that I didn't do.
And so, what did you not do? So they were.
So I had put perfection at his username, and they photoshopped it to say preggers at his username.
What? So what? You just got upset because they made it seem like you got pregnant by Colin Kaepernick, but that wouldn't make you a hoe if nobody knew about your history. And if, as a matter of fact, it would probably have been best if you got pregnant by Colin Kaepernick. And then he would actually had to, you know, take care of you a little bit more. Okay. Cause he actually is, it looks like he slick came into a bigger bag, especially with the settlement with the NFL than, what's his name? Her baby daddy, PJ Washington.
So they were like, oh, this girl claims that she's.
They were saying that you claimed that you were.
Yes.
Okay.
And I actually looked it up. I have a screenshot too. I looked it up last night to see if the article was still up, and it's still up. So at that moment in time, I realized that even.
Okay. Van Lee, I got your DM and I'm looking at the tweet, but I don't see. It looks like, you know, she was just acknowledging that she was average. I think she's rated herself like a 5 or a 6 or some shit on her podcast. And then Rolo Tomasi replied and said, Drew Afwalo will tell you why. I mean, I don't really see what's going on here, but yeah, Drew Afwalo's looking busted.
Though by per society standards, I was someone who, you know, low body count. No, I had not talked to any famous guy, never been around. I had a big following. And
bruh, that's cap. She already told us that she racked up bodies in college. There's no way you go into Jackson State and HBCU with all them Qs and all them Kappas. Dude, you did not have a low body count. People just didn't know who you were fucking at that point. And you posted Colin Kaepernick because you wanted people to know that you were fucking him. And you probably thought it was cute that people thought you was pregnant by him. And you was probably in the moment, I guarantee she was like, ooh, they posted me, ooh, purr type shit. But now hindsight 2020, she's looking back at it and she's realizing that, hey, this was actually a mistake. Hey, this was something that I wish that I could take back because it made me look unfavorable in the public eye, especially when it comes to the dating scene. So I'm actually about to go live on Instagram as well. I'm actually about to go live on Instagram as well, so we can discuss this. But Brittany Renner, she knew exactly what she was doing. Like, it's funny that she's trying to play some type of, oh well, my perception in the media is this, and my perception is that, and people just think that I'm ran through, and it's like, no, you actually are. You know, so what is she? 29. We do the body count formula. I mean, guys, this is standard. This is standard. 29, do the body count formula, minus 18, times 7, 77. I mean, I'll put it up there. She's got, I'll say she probably got 50 to 75 bodies. Easy. Easy. Because I guarantee she's not celibate now. I guarantee she didn't take a break after she had her child. So when it comes to Brittany Renner, guys, I told you how she learned how to be black at Jackson State. You telling me that she was not sleeping around at Jackson State? Dude, fuck out of here. The Boons says the body count formula is incorrect. The reason is you started at age 18 when women start at 12 to 15. Look, man, hey, I'm just trying to be politically correct and give them the benefit of the doubt. So I start at 18 to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. I started at 18 to give them the benefit of the doubt. But ultimately, the body count formula is actually extremely accurate, and it stood the test of time, you know, since I've invented it. Van Lee says, after about a year or so, Brittany will be a yawn. This origin story will get boring. Yeah, I totally agree. But I mean, she's still out here making waves on Instagram. Like, we reviewed her Instagram the other day, and she was still making waves. She was having regrets. She was coming to the light. She had a discussion with Kevin Samuels, God rest the dead, and you know, she's starting to realize where she took the L. Her biggest L in her life was leaving PJ Washington, because he was marriage minded, he was ready, and he literally married the next bitch. He's engaged to the next bitch that the next Instagram model, and she had a child beforehand. So he was willing to play big stepdaddy. He was willing to play big stepdaddy, but he wasn't willing to, or she wasn't willing to accept what these NBA players do. So somebody says PJ was toxic. PJ is a bozo. You know, and I do think that he is blue vitamin for sure, but toxic, I really don't think he was like that toxic. You know, to me, toxic is domestic violence level shit. And I don't think he was like that. I think he came home, he played video games, he fucked a bitch here and there, he played basketball, he went to practice, he came home. I mean, look, you know, I really don't see how he didn't even have like a turn up. He didn't have that reputation when he was in college. Like, he wasn't just like the turn up guy.
No, I had not talked to any famous guy, never been around. I had a big following. An ideal situation, right? Starting out in Hollywood, already labeled a whore, a liar, a gold digger. So,
dude, that's bullshit. Like, she read 2 or 3 comments and she internalized that. Dude, nobody knew who the fuck you were. They didn't care. You had a following. You tweeted Kaepernick. You were seeking the attention, and it was rumored that you was already with him. It was rumored that you were already with him. Like, stop the cap. Like, she's trying to make it seem like nobody knew who she was. And then she posted something about Kaepernick, and then they said she was a whore.
So when I think about how my origin story began, like my villain origin story, it was that. It's like, I haven't even done anything, and I'm already misunderstood. So I think as time...
Brittany, let's keep it a buck. Coming out of college, you had at least 15, 20 bodies coming out of Jackson State. There's no way you didn't fuck a Q. There's no way you didn't fuck a Kappa. And then she said that she was sleeping with the quarterback of the team, and then he didn't go to the NFL, so that shit fizzled out. So there you have it.
Time progressed, I really just tried to fake it till I could make it. And inside, I never, like, especially in high school, like growing up, I never felt like I was just top tier beautiful, because I just wasn't, you know. I was growing into myself. I always had really bad skin, over fried my hair, always wearing extensions, never feeling pretty as even my natural self, like where I am now.
Okay, so you hear her, all these insecurities, and they keep calling the men insecure. What do I keep telling you guys? They try and say, oh, the men are insecure, the men are insecure, the men are insecure. When in all actuality, they're the ones who are insecure. Frying her hair. She didn't like that she had bad skin. She breaks out. She's got acne. Okay, so what are we talking about here? How do they keep painting the narrative that the men are insecure when they're the ones who are doing everything within their means to hide what they really look like? It's absolutely insane.
So how I started even like posting videos and being maybe like overly sexual.
Guys, hit that super trap, hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal.
Was because I was like, I want to feel like this bad bitch.
So again, I've only seen like clips of you.
Okay.
I've seen a couple car rants.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna give you a couple car rants. I know you released a book.
Yeah, in 2018.
Yeah, and I know that I saw the stuff you did with Fresh and Fit, PJ Academics, like those little interviews here and there.
Yeah.
See, Pearl, you know, obviously, I've already given her props for putting on the community and stuff like that, and people in the community. But let me tell you what, Pearl was not on World Star in like 2012. Okay, Pearl was not on World Star looking at what Brittany Renner was doing in 2012. Let me show you what she got famous for. Let me show you, because she's talking about, oh, there's this narrative painted where my villain story and my origin story and some fucking Avengers shit. Like, she's trying to make it seem like she's some damn superhero or some super villain. No, you're just, I mean, like I said, we fuck with Brittany in some ways, but she's a hoe. You're just a hoe, Brittany. You just a hoe, and you're a reformed, or trying to be a reformed hoe, but it's not gonna work because guys are not stupid. You were a, you know, World Star hip hop candy. Like, come on. Like, stop the cap. You embrace the whoredom wholeheartedly. As a matter of fact, you was doing some shit with Tiana Trump. You was doing some shit with Tiana Trump. You did a video shoot of you talking about, oh, we was on our knees and all this other shit. Like, you literally befriended Tiana Trump. So don't try and make it seem like the internet just made you a hoe. No, you were a hoe, and then your shit got put out public because you put it out in public, and then you know. You fell into it. You walked into it. Like, you embraced it. You made your what is the thing that she said? She made her truth become her virtue or some shit. I don't know.
The aftermath. My God. Get off your knees, whore. Yo.
And this is recent.
We was fucking it up.
This is recent. All right, so as you can see, all right, I'm not going to play the rest of that. But she was throwing ass in a fucking see-through fishnet. Like, bruh, you've been too many places. You've done too much shit. So let's watch this video as well. She's basically walking into the slut shit. Like, she ain't finna try and change the narrative and make it seem like the media turned her into a slut. No, bitch, you 100% embrace like the slut culture.
I'm really petite. I have a hard time finding clothes that, you know, show off my figure. So I find myself cutting a lot of my stuff. So I'm going to show you how I take these and really highlight this ass.
Okay, if you're watching this, pretty sure these are yours. Adopted them. They were in my bag.
Okay, this is copywritten. So she's literally cutting up her clothes to slut her clothes out. And that's in her words. She literally, I mean, it's jeans that she cut up jeans and used like 10% of the damn denim. Like, what the fuck? Let's see what she did after her and rumors of her and PJ Washington broke up. Let's see what her reaction. I told you she's the type to get her lick back. I guarantee this video I'm about to show you, this night she fucked some guy. Guarantee this night that I'm about to show you where rumor came out that she broke up with PJ Washington, I guarantee she fucked the guy this night. Okay, so you see her, she's on the stand twerking. I guarantee that she fucked the guy this night. So she's not just finna make it sing. And then she said, hey, Jackson State, hide your sons. And all of this is recent, guys. All of this is recent. All of this is recent. This is some, this is an excerpt from her book, which is still relatively recent. 2018, I believe. So I'm going to show this clip. And this is just to give you context that Brittany Renner is trying to make it seem like the media was just out to get her. No, you, like Amber Rose, 100% walked into the slut culture shit. Like, stop with the bullshit. Stop with the cap. Watch.
I didn't expect to be so turned on by you grabbing my face and spitting in my mouth just to suck it all back up and finish with a long sloppy kiss.
It's fucking disgusting. Shout out to Alpha Zoe with the $9.99 super trap. He says she literally wrote a book about all her sexcapades, talking about all the guys who fucked her and how nasty she is.
Oh, say less.
Right. Exactly. So it's over, Brittany. You played your card. Men want purity. Men want innocence. Men want a bitch who ain't been no damn where. You've been everywhere on everybody's dick in the industry.
I'm pretty sure when your mouth engulfed mine, you took a part of my soul with you.
So you heard that. I mean, and if that part was about Lil Uzi, that's fucking disgusting. I mean, who wants to fuck after Lil Uzi? Weird alien looking nigga. I'm just keeping it a buck. Who wants to be the nigga who cuffs that up after Lil Uzi hit? You've got to be out of your fucking mind. And this one's about Lil Uzi. Listen up.
And you know what's really crazy, Samir, is that when I originally got invited, I was not even going to go. But it was so crazy. Like, we're in the same city, and you really weren't that pressed to see me. You didn't really care to spend time with me. You actually didn't even respond to my text the day that I had texted you.
She's literally getting dubbed by a devil-worshipping rapper who looks like a fucking alien, who's got all types of unattractive tattoos on his face. This is ridiculous.
You didn't even respond to my text the day that I had texted you. I mean...
And I told you about the energy exchanges that you get with Lil Uzi. She obviously got with Kevin Gates as well. It's over. It's donezo. I mean, I didn't want to have to come down hard on Brittany, but now that I'm thinking about it, the way she's positioning herself in this Pearl thing, she's not being honest at all. You got fucked by Lil Uzi. You got fucked by Kevin Gates. The conversation is done. The conversation is done. Two niggas who practice voodoo. And you want to talk about, oh, I'm a spiritual person. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I want a Christian man now. Not after you let these devilish niggas nut all up inside you. See, men, we're not dumb. We understand that y'all take on energies, okay? Not men so much, but women definitely take on energies. And Kevin Gates has admitted that he actually teaches his children to do witchcraft. So what type of man wants to have to wife you? Yeah, well, fuck, maybe. But what type of man wants to wife you after you have been with an admitted warlock?
You don't even fuck me. It's like, if I were to tell you I don't want to suck your dick, well, then I would think that you'd probably get somebody else to do it, right? It's the same kind of concept. I've given you so many chances after embarrassing me publicly time after time again when I know you still fuck with that other bitch on top of the other one, and God knows how many more.
JT, real bad.
So it's like, you really have nobody to blame but your fucking self.
Dude, he doesn't give a fuck. And it's so crazy. Now let's get to this Brittany Renner and what's that boy name? Kevin Gates leaked audio. Okay? Brittany Renner, Kevin Gates leaked audio. Renner, Kevin Gates. I did a video on this, guys. I did a video on this. As a matter of fact, I might even just reference my video. Because Brittany Renner is taking in wicked spirits. Brittany Renner is taking in wicked spirits. So we're going to go to my video that I actually did on Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates situation, because Brittany Renner is acting like nothing is wrong and she is literally taking on these wicked spirits. So we're not going to act like Brittany Renner is just some innocent, like, or whatever. No, Brittany Renner, I broke it down earlier. Kevin Gates cast a ritual on her, bro. He cast a spell on her, bro. Let me see if I got the audio real quick. Let me see. Y'all see what Kevin Gates be doing on stage? Dude, who wants to go after that? Who wants to go after that? Who wants to go after that? Let's see. Brittany Renner, Kevin Gates, leaked. Okay. Okay. Hey, here we go. I got it. I got it, guys. Shout out to Cyrus Cherry. He says, congratulations on monetization again.
Oh, say less.
Yes, sir. You already know. You already know. We back at it. We back at it on this channel, at least. We back at it on this. So this is Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates. I mean, we've already got Kaepernick, Lil Uzi. Okay, so we got Kaepernick, Lil Uzi, Kevin Gates. It's over. And then the regular guys, I mean, she's admitted her body count. She's admitted her body count. I mean, there's so much information on Brittany Renner, and I really was hoping for her and PJ. Like, I really, even though I didn't think it was the best thing for PJ, but I really thought that she understood that she was going to have to share him, and she didn't understand that, and she left him. Dumb.
What you mean if I behave?
Because you've been acting bad, that's why.
So you don't miss that tongue in your ass.
I never said I didn't.
So she said she never said she didn't. So it's 100% confirmed. It's 100% confirmed that Kevin Gates stuck his tongue down her rectum. Now, here's the issue. Here's the issue. Kevin Gates is a sex demon. Y'all see what he does on stage? I'm putting dick all in your stomach. Or dick all in your stomach. He is a sex demon. So he is transferring these spirits onto Brittany Renner, and he is casting rituals on Brittany Renner. He is performing rites on Brittany Renner. Okay, let me there's a song by Kevin Gates. we're going to look at the lyrics, okay? Listen to the lyrics. He says, fuck a meeting, we about to have a sit down. Wrap the phone up in plastic and stick it in the fridge. They know who we are, but they don't know what we did. Anything about it, or about a mix-up murder getting sent. Gotta speak in code when you talking on the phone, sticking to the code. That's the street code. They'll listen to the song. I told my team about manifestation. You see all these women talk about manifestation. A lot of people don't understand that you can manifest demons. You can manifest demonic entities as well. People are basic. They thought I was crazy. Hard with the witchcraft. Studied every night. He's from New Orleans. He's admitted to practicing witchcraft and doing voodoo. These are the lyrics of Kevin Gates. And you're sleeping with this man. You're laying down with this man who is a devil worship. He's a devil worshiper. And he's admitted that. And that, look, it is what it is. You know, he's a Satanist. That's fine. He practices voodoo. That's fine. He says, hard with the witchcraft. Studied every night. Philosopher's stone. I perform another rite. Rite meaning ritual. He even clarified in the next bar. This is not me saying rite meaning ritual. This is him in the next bar. He said, let's run it back. He said, I told my team about me. And I like this song too. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be jamming this song. Bzz, like the beat is so crazy. Fuck a meeting, we about to have a sit down. Put the phone up in plastic and stick it in the fridge. They know who we are, but they don't know what we did. Murder getting spit. Hey, it goes hard. But listen, he said, I told my team about manifestation. People are basic. They thought I was crazy. Hard with the witchcraft. Studied every night. This nigga is a witchcraft scholar. He knows that he needs to keep the rooster in his trunk and slaughter it on the 6th day. He knows that. He's studied the rituals. He's into ritual magic and occultism. Okay? He studied the warlocks before him. He studied the wizards before him. He's into magic. He's into stimulating your chakras with witchcraft. I told my team about manifestation. People are basic. They thought I was crazy. Hard with the witchcraft. Studied every night. Philosopher's stone. I perform another rite. Rite meaning ritual. Created dry ice. Hid in plain sight. Hid in plain sight. Wear the suit and tie nice. Mason mean more than a bricklayer. He's admitting that he's a Freemason. Nigga. He's admitting that he's a Freemason. He's admitting. Wake up. Mason means more than a bricklayer. He's telling you guys he took the oath. There you have it. He's telling you guys he took the oath. Shout out to, let me read some of these chats. Listen up. Salmonella moving chicken got my chick tailored. Poison that was given distributed in the streets. Find another way to eat. I'ma quit slanging. He literally admitted that he was a Freemason. He literally admitted that he performs witchcraft. He admitted that he teaches his children witchcraft. And Brittany Renner let this man come all inside of her and eat her ass.
But you still be acting fucked up.
Hey. Yo, ass.
He said, you be acting bad. You be acting fucked up. Let me read some more of these chats. Wolf in Sheep's Clothing says, women need to allow men to be with other women. We aren't the same. Facts. Alphazo says, Brittany and other promiscuous women are full of negative energy and demons. Be careful who you stick your eggplant inside. He also says, girls with a lot of bodies can't even pair bond. And now we have the scientific evidence to prove it. Micro-karmerism. Cash God says, are there any downsides to men having high body counts? I think Kevin Gates is bi. Yeah, see, Kevin Gates is rumored. This is what I'm going to say. I don't know, but this is what I'm going to say. There are niggas in jail in Chicago who said when Kevin Gates was in jail in Chicago, he was fucking with them lady boys. They're saying when he was in prison, he was fucking with them lady. That's what they said. That's what they said. Alvaro says, can't say too much on the net, but certain people such as warlocks and witches perform sex magic. When they bang girls or guys, they pass on the energy into them. Even worse, when they imprint the 304 facts. Jojo Joestar says voodoo isn't devil worship. It's an African religion, but Kevin Gates for surely into evil worship. I disagree, my friend. Van Lee says, yo, the receipts on Brittany is ridiculous. Exactly. Alpha Zo says one of the reason MSY girls tend to chase and bang the same type of guys over and over again. Plus the curses can be passed down to your kids. Absolutely. Cash God says Kevin Gates probably sleeps with men too. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Cash God says, so for any man who sleeps with Brittany after Kevin does, Kevin's energy translates to that man from Brittany. I need a clear answer. So it's not that Kevin Gates energy transfers, but it's men know that she's tainted. That energy is on her. So now she has the devil within her. So any man that actually cuffs her up, she's going to make his life a living hell. Yeah, that's what it is right there.
So good, man. Wow. Yes, Lord. I eat that bitch to completion. My little bitch suck dick to completion. But my bitch, I'm fucked up, something decent. She be sucking that dick to completion.
So he's calling her a bitch. Oh, my little bitch, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she's no issues with it. No issues. He's literally calling her a bitch to her face. No issues. But we're the ones who hate women.
Yeah.
It's about time. It's about time to pull over.
I ain't gonna pull over right here, baby. But we gonna be here all night. You know, we go a lot of hours.
We go a lot of hours.
Let's get off live.
Well, off live?
Yes.
I like live. They need to know what it's hitting
God, they don't, because they're like, oh my God.
I don't give a fuck what them bitches say about me, babe. They can eat my dick.
So you heard what he said. He doesn't give a fuck what them bitches say about him. They can eat his dick. I'm telling you right now, Kevin Gates is absolutely a devil worshiper. And that's facts. There's no denying it.
Y'all know what's happening with me. And hey, I keep it positive on the internet, yeah. Still trying to catch your head.
You were saying a lot when we were talking to them girls at Stake 48.
Fuck them hoes. They can eat my dick.
Okay.
That was on my camera they were recording. Nobody gave my phone. Them hoes were drunk, baby. I know what I be doing. People are dumb. They were so drunk that they thought they was... Hold on, man. I'm about to stop right here and take a piss in the middle of the street. You know I'm on my mind.
So he's literally taking a piss in the middle of the street.
They eat a dick long, but on my mind. They know I'm on my mind. Baby, you know that dick long, baby. Fuck these hoes.
So he's pulling his cock out on the side of the freeway.
With the dick?
And we're listening to him urinate.
They don't deserve to see that dick. These hoes be hating. They don't deserve to see that dick. They know I'm holding that hand. They know I'm holding that phone with one hand. I got the other phone with the other hand. That dick hang over.
Okay, this is TMI.
Your boy.
But this just goes to show the type of nigga that Kevin Gates is. And bro, you can't. I mean, any man would be extremely foolish to cuff up a Jezebel spirit like Brittany Renner. I mean, how are you gonna cuff this woman when this man literally just admitted to eating her ass on live, fucking her in the ass on live, and then he goes over to take a piss and is literally talking about his genitalia while allowing people to hear him take a piss on Instagram Live. I mean, that's literally. I mean, this man has no decency, and this is the type of guy that she's allowing to skeet up in her. You can't make this shit up, and she's trying to play the, oh, I'm an innocent girl, dude. Fuck out of here.
For his dick little, he pissed on his balls. He gotta aim that motherfucker because he gonna piss on all his balls. My bad, man. Hey, forgive me. You know that dick little, you heard?
Kevin Gates has a vocabulary of a fourth grade toddler.
That dick little. We need to pray for that dick so it can grow. Oh, I'm a gangster. Bitch playing game with a gangster.
Self-proclaimed gangster. You better stop talking all that gangster shit before you get caught up in a RICO like these other niggas. You seen Sauce Walker. You seen Young Thug. All the niggas is telling now it's OV.
Y'all made me like this. Then won't act pussy. Then won't act pussy when they go platinum. You heard me? Man, they love me. They love what I be talking, man.
Anything you say is no.
Nah, they fuck with me. I say when, you say right now. Yes.
Today.
Right now, today, man. Yes. I need somebody.
And we take a right.
Babe, I know what I'm doing. Be cool.
I'm always gonna be cool.
You talking about right, but I'm going left. You heard me?
Here's not this one though.
All right, the rest is irrelevant, but you get the point. She has sex with Kevin Gates. He's, you know, an admitted devil worshiper, an admitted warlock. He's admitted that he performs rituals in his music. He's admitted that he's a Freemason, and Mason stands for more than a bricklayer. So he's literally admitting to, you know, devil worship. Straight up. Okay. Straight up. Let me see. There was one other one that I wanted to show you guys. There was another one that I wanted to show you guys, which was crazy. You know, there's so much evidence on Kevin Gates being a devil worshiper. It's not even crazy. Oh yeah, so we already know about the stepdaddy season video. It's so much shit on her, bro. She did that video with Tiana Trump. Okay, and this is her saying that she's not sorry for finessing PJ Washington, even though she got the bad end of the stick when it comes to child support. Man, it's gonna be tough for us to get through this Pearl video because Lord have mercy. There's just so much. I mean, the receipts on Brittany Renner are fucking insane. It's absolutely insane. We don't even have to go to the video where she said that basketball players were dumb and she insulted the intelligence of black athletes all around the world, even though she went to an HBCU.
Place where I've just accepted that my light is so bright that it causes all of the roaches to scatter in place.
Your light is bright, but you had sex with a devil worshiper. 2 devil worshipers at that. But your light is bright. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You fuck Lil Uzi, who is a admitted devil worshiper, admitted Satanist. You fuck Kevin Gates, admitted devil worshiper. 2 men left their imprint on you, and there you have it. But your light is bright. Dude, fuck out of here.
They thought they could hide. It's just me being me. It just causes such an uproar. Like, loving yourself is such a rebellious act these days, you know? But I'm here to tell you, I am so not sorry.
So she's not sorry. She's not sorry, but she wants somebody to wife her up. She went on Anton Daniels' podcast and asked who's going to have the courage to wife her up. So many different receipts. We're just getting through a small amount of them. Brittany Renner is used goods. Brittany Renner is tainted
courage.
goods.
Who's going to have the courage to love unapologetically, to tune out all of that noise. She's a whore. She's gonna use you. You're such a simp. You're who as a man? And you know I've told you 30 people. Doesn't matter if it's 30 or 300.
Doesn't matter if it's 30 or 300. She told us 30. You can multiply that by 2 or 3,
I've
honestly.
said certain things publicly that I'm going to stand on. What man is going to feel secure enough?
No, this is not about a man's security. This is about yours. You're the one who's insecure. That's why you fiend for attention. They keep trying to flip the insecurity on men, and men are just sitting here laughing at you because you're ran through now and you think that you deserve a high-value man. No, ma'am.
To date me, feel good enough to be my man.
Alpha Zoe says she told us 30 partners 5 years ago. Yeah, Brittany. And we know you're extremely sexually active.
To not feel inadequate and want to talk to other bitches. It's so multi-layered.
Inadequate that you talk to other bitches? No, that's what makes you a fucking boss. That's what makes you a beast. Okay? Men don't talk to other women because they're trying to fill some void. They talk to other women because they're trying to fill some guts. That's why. And that's the only reason why. Stop trying to paint this narrative that, oh, well, a man who wants more women, he's just insecure with himself, so he needs validation from multiple women at the same time. No, he just wants new pussy, point blank.
To where it's like, it's not, people think it's someone in the industry or not. They think it's that simple. It's not.
So how do you?
See, the thing is, men are collectors. We've always been like guys who, that's why Pokemon was so big. Got to catch them all, because that's a man's mindset. Like, that's why we have antitrust laws and anti-monopoly laws, because men want to conquer everything. Men want control of everything. Just like Lil Wayne, Drake, and Mac Maine and Jay Mills and them niggas. What they say? I just want to fuck every girl in the world. You think though? I mean, you think Drake feels inadequate? Yeah, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. He is loving his motherfucking life right now.
So when we go back to you said 2014.
Yes, 2014.
When you're in LA. So then did you start dating Kaepernick?
I would just say that I started like.
You were a side chick. You were a side chick to Nessa, who he's with now. And he's probably got side chicks still.
Dating period. Like, okay. I kind of just opened it up. It's not like we were exclusive, whatever.
I'm sorry, guys. My damn mustache itching like a motherfucker. I need to cut this bitch. Well, at least trim it down.
So I would say that the villain came about was I was a small town girl from Mississippi. Like to even
just a small time girl living in a lonely world. No, I'm just kidding.
And be in certain rooms with people where it was unheard of. I never thought these guys would even know I existed.
So she's a cleat chaser. That's literally, I mean, she's like, oh my God, these guys like me. They didn't even know that I existed. Like, she's such a fangirl, dude. Like, she fanned out and she sucked all of the men, like all the men that she ever wanted to sleep with in the industry. That's what she went out to accomplish. That was her goal. I guarantee that was her goal initially. I guarantee. Yo, shout out to JPL Fit. Yeah, come over to the YouTube, JPL, and get in the YouTube chat. But I guarantee that's literally what, like, once she got to Hollywood, I might even say that she might have discussed it with her friend. Like, dude, I'm gonna fulfill all my fantasies here. Like, I'm telling you that right now. When girls leave the crib, they're doing whatever the fuck they want, especially when they leave the crib. She was in college and she was fucking with the fraternity niggas and the football player. Okay. But now she's on her own in LA. Oh, she finna go crazy, nigga. On her own, finna go crazy.
So I felt like there was still that like starry-eyed element where I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I had been like thrown into Disney World, so to speak, right? And like the world is at your fingertips. And
She was thrown into a fucking sausage fest. The world is at your fingertip. No translation. You had a whole bunch of cocks being thrown at you in LA.
Again, all of these high value men are now seeking you. And again, I'm a girl from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. People don't even probably know where that is. So I think that's where over sexualizing myself.
So there's her excuse. Oh, well, I'm a small time girl, and then I'm a small town girl. I was just a country girl from Tupelo, Mississippi, or Tupelo, Mississippi, or some other bullshit. What'd she say?
Are now seeking you. And again, I'm a girl from Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Also, I'm from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and I'm just a small time girl, and I don't know anything. I'm just coming up to this big city, and I'm trying to make my mark on the world by any means necessary. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. She's literally making these, oh, well, I was just young and dumb. Yeah, no. Men don't get to use that excuse. Oh, I fucked off my wealth in my 20s. I was just young and dumb. You'll still date me? Will you still suck my dick? No. Men don't get to use that excuse. So you don't either. Oh, I was young and dumb, so I fucked 100 guys. You still gonna wife me? Yeah. No, ma'am. No, thank you. Next.
People don't even probably know where that is. So I think that's where over sexualizing myself and really...
I told you guys. Men don't sexualize women, they sexualize themselves. She's admitting over sexualizing myself.
Into that. That's like the whole bad bitch, like wanting to feel like something I didn't.
So were you sleeping with a lot of these guys? And
of
then
course.
Like posting stuff on social media? Okay.
No, actually, like I said, besides that post where I had, made him my man crush Monday, I didn't even say that we were dating. It's not like I was like, hey, look at me. Here I am at a game, or here I am at his house.
No, but see, I remember there were already rumors that y'all were dating, and then you put him up man crush Monday because you wanted to confirm the rumors. Brittany, don't play that game. Don't play that game. If we go to Baller Alert, if we go to Shade Room, and we scroll all the way back to damn 2014, you're going to see rumors of Brittany Renner and Colin Kaepernick. Brittany Renner and Colin Kaepernick. So you confirm the rumors by putting the by doing the Man Crush Monday thing. And guess what? He didn't like that. And I guarantee he told you he didn't like that. You doing too much. I thought you weren't in it for the clout. He was vetting her, and she failed. That's what happened.
It wasn't that. It was just, that's how everything started out.
Okay, so I'm just trying to understand, because there's one article that's a one-off, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of recover from one article, in my opinion anyway. But there was more that happened in between. Yeah. What happened next?
Because I'm saying this because this is literally on like TMZ. Right. So after that, when I was talking to him, I kind of moved on because I'm like, whatever, you're robotic, we move on. Kind of got caught up with Trey Songz. So TMZ
Trey Songz
was like asking,
and now he's going to jail. Guess what? Now Trey Songz turning himself in for putting his hand on a woman and dragging the shit out of her. And then he's got a whole bunch of other great allegations. I don't know if Trey Songz is going to get out of jail, y'all. I don't know if Trey Songz is going to get out of jail because they're going to use this opportunity to nail him to the fucking pine. They're going to use this opportunity where he's in jail for putting his hands on women because he just won a lawsuit in Las Vegas, I believe, for graping a woman who one of the Dial sisters knew. And if you guys don't know about them, it's some hoopers who went to Kansas. They were two pretty girls, and they were super pretty, super hot hoopers, and now they're online celebrities or whatnot. But one of them accused Trey Songz of grape. I don't know if he raped her friend or if he raped her, but they lost. Whoever accused Trey Songz of that, they lost in court. Okay, so maybe she lied or maybe they didn't have enough evidence. But now Trey Songz is under fire, and there's been rumors of this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl. They're finna nail Trey Songz and do him like Cosby, do him like Michael Jackson, and do him like damn R. Kelly. Just watch.
Fitness group was like the Fit Thick Army. So then I was linked to him, right? Okay. So then that's kind of where it just started to.
So then you started.
Shit wouldn't work out. I would move on. Okay. And then like I especially when I first got on social media, it was a different place, right? Early 20s, guys from all over. I mean, it was just, I would entertain one at a time though. That was like my thing. So
Cap. Oh, I'm entertaining one at a time. How are you a side bitch and entertaining one dude at a time? See, women talk this shit so much, but you may be only having sex with one guy at a time, which we don't believe either. And I actually need to read her book to see if there was any overlap as well, because I'm sure she's fucking lying. Okay. But they try and act like, oh, I was only talking to one guy at a time, dude. Bullshit. Your Snapchat notifications are going crazy. Your DMs are going crazy, and you're answering them, and you're setting shit up for the next guy. Who got next? That's what they do, guys.
Like, when I'm done with you, I'm going to move on. And then it just became unsuccessful relationships, and I moved on.
Okay. So it was just like you were linked with rapper, entertainer.
A lot of my shit was public. And I feel like that's where a lot of people are like, she's a whore. But it's like, there's articles where someone took a picture of me at the movie theater with a guy. That's out of my control.
Dude, stop acting like you don't have over 50 bodies. You have over 50 bodies. You're only 29. I'm sorry, but that's whore status. That's the reality.
So I would say now, you know, when you've kind of figured out how the world works, you try to be a bit more mindful about who you even step out with, but you can't control if people take pictures of you.
Were you posting any of these guys
No.
yourself? So you never posted?
No, because we weren't.
Dude, she's so full of shit. You were posting videos about how you wanted to top up your husband, and you hope your husband got a big dick, and you hope your husband is a 6'8" light-skinned nigga with tattoos.
You weren't exclusive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to post somebody that's my man. Again, I'm a 21, 22-year-old posted that Man Crush Monday. That's obviously very childish, right? But all these other guys, I didn't post them on my page. So.
And so then basically, because you were linked to all these different guys.
Publicly, yes.
Publicly, now that's when the reputation started to build. Then, so this is
the bots coming in, guys. I need my mods.
Tell me.
2018, yeah.
And from what I know, I haven't read the book.
Okay.
What I know of the book is that you basically exposed a lot of people in the book. This is just what I've heard. You
and this is her excuse for the book. Oh, well, I didn't use any real names and da. We've already identified all the people that she slept with in that book.
Basically, all the stuff you'd been doing, you put in the book. And while you might not have said their names exactly, it was pretty easy for people to figure out who they were.
Okay, well, I didn't expose anyone.
Here's a
my
cap.
book was like a 25-year-old memoir, basically. And I didn't list all of these
body count
escapades. So there were seven people, fake names, 7 relationships, like situationships, whatever you want to call them, and what I learned from that. So there was a lot of, my book was about sharing my story and being accountable. The most like salacious stories or sexapades, they weren't even in there because it wasn't, a lot of these guys, it was
you can tell now if you want.
I'm sorry?
I said you can tell now if you want.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, I mean, it's just kind of like, that was never my intention. My book never had ill intent. Now, again, I know.
Dude, she's so full of shit. You wrote that book, for one, because you thought that you were the new Corinne Steffens, and you thought it was going to allow you to sleep with more celebrity men, but you shot your load. You shot your shot, and it backfired. That made you toxic. That made you, uncuffable, unwifeable because you put that shit out there. So now on the back end, you're upset that nobody wants to take you seriously.
The salacious marketing was intentional because I knew people were thinking I'm gonna.
It's like a thumbnail.
Yeah, it's clickbait. Like, look at all these guys are in here. Yeah, because I know you're gonna fucking buy the book. But when people actually read it, any person who's read my book is like, wait, this is completely different than how you pitched it, and it really is a book about accountability. So those 7 people really helped. Were like pivotal moments for me. So again, I took what came with the salacious marketing. And again,
7 bodies written down on paper, bruh. And you have the story for all of them. Okay? She's got the story for all of them. And that's not the only video that was out there. That was not the only video that was out there. Okay. This is a video of Brittany Renner recounting her body count that I'm going to show you guys. Because she's a fucking liar. And she's trying to act like she doesn't have like more than 7 bodies. She's full of shit. And we're going to call it out. Because Pearl, you know, Pearl didn't do as much research as I would have liked her to. Okay. But that's okay because this is what we do. We review on the back end and make sure all the facts are put out there. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Brittany Renner would not be able to do this on me.
My body count. I don't know why in like 2018 that's any of your fucking business.
And this is 2018. This is 2018. Okay? Damn near 5 years ago. Let me get my camera straight. That bitch tripping. 5 years ago, 2018.
Or why it matters. But 24.
24 bodies 5 years ago. 24 bodies 5 years ago. With the body count formula, that means she's added at least 35. 24 bodies 5 years ago. With the body count formula, that means she's added at least 35. Brittany Renner has at least 60 bodies. Point blank. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
11 athletes. Woo! 5 entertainers.
Hold on, run it back. 24.
11 athletes.
11 athletes.
Woo! 5 entertainers.
5 entertainers.
Woo! 8 regular guys.
8 regular guys.
I've only fucked 3 regular guys since I've been Instagram famous.
And only 3 regular guys since she's been Instagram
Because
famous.
a lot of y'all run your fucking mouths too much. I don't want to be sending you a video 1 minute, the next minute I see me spread eagle on the timeline playing with my pussy. And
So the issue is, for one, you're sending nudes to a man who is not your husband, or a man who at least you don't see being a person who's going to be there long term. Women, y'all have gotten so comfortable to sending nudes, and now it's the norm. This is an issue, because when you go and get married and you've got 10 guys that you fucked in the past and you sent them all nudes, that's going to be a problem. Especially if those guys feel like getting spiteful.
in my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
There you have it.
I don't.
And who is she talking about? Black men. She's not talking about white athletes. She's talking about black men. She's not talking about white athletes. She's talking about black men. Fucking athlete. They're really dumb. You think she's talking about Travis Kelce? No. You think she's talking about Tom Brady? No. You think she's talking about Gronkowski? No. You think she's talking about Brian Urlacher? No. You think she's talking about Christian McCaffrey? No. You think she's talking about Julian Edelman? No. You think she's talking about Josh Allen? No. No, 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 no. She's talking about black men. She's talking about black men. I told you that she learned how to be black at Jackson State.
Off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
Fuck a black athlete. They're really dumb. Her words, not mine.
I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are going to have more money than you. And you're going to feel a way about it. I know the male ego is fragile, like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. Conclusion, like I don't even look at people as like trashy or not. It all comes down to mentality for me.
So she doesn't look at people who are trashy. So Kevin Gates isn't trashy? Of course he is. Extremely trashy. Cash God says, shout out to the regular guys. Van Lee says, sounds like sales on that book dried the hell up. Let's see. Alpha Zoe says 11 athletes is equal to 33 guys. 5 industry guys is equal to 50 guys because they sleeping with dozens of other girls while they are banging her. Yep. Alphazo says the regular guys were her simps who she had no respect for and cheated on repeatedly. Facts. Cash God said, I agree with her on that fact, though, Brody. Athletes are dumb. And I just have to disagree with you because, you know, y'all are making generalizations about maybe the stars, but these guys are not dumb. These guys are not stupid. Athletes are not stupid. And I'll never be able to like just make a broad sweeping statement and say that. Maybe you're talking about one or two stars. See, this is what y'all do. Y'all are seeing the stars do dumb shit. But majority of those guys on that roster are very intelligent and they're making good fucking grades too.
Misrepresenting myself is just that, right? So you have to accept what comes behind that. So I wanted to sell a book. I had no problem with doing, you know, using my tactics to get copies sold. And what came with that is she's not trustworthy. She's a whore. And that's all she cares about is money. She's just a quick money grab. Like she's a girl that cannot be trusted. And I understand that. If you've never read my book, it's like what I'm saying doesn't even make sense. It's like you would actually have to physically read it. That's why the book is called Judge This Cover. You're going to do that anyways. There are people that just took little snippets from each chapter and judge me off of that. You're talking about this guy I was talking about spitting in his mouth or paying for flights. That was one that was circulating on Twitter. I talked about how I paid for my own flights. So it's like, I'm such a gold digger when I pay for my flights. So there's just things in there that I felt like people did not want to understand me. You didn't open the book, so your opinion doesn't fucking matter about the book. Read it and then tell me how you feel about me. You know, that's kind of how I feel with that.
Yeah.
So then you write the book. Were any of the people that were in the book mad that you wrote the book?
That's a yes.
The conversations I've had, because there's maybe like two guys in there that I have not spoken to, right? The other 5 I've had conversations with since. One of the people had actually asked me to market them as one of the people in it. They didn't mind that. Other guys in my life, just in general, were asked like why they weren't in it. They were like sad, right? But most of the guys I have a good relationship with, like we're still cool. So they understood that was my experience, that was my perspective, and that was that. I mean, there was one chapter I spoke to recently. He was like, I was just waiting for you to say my name so I could have sued you for everything, right? And I'm just like, well, that wasn't my plan. Like I wasn't trying to hurt you. But he was like, I understood your perspective, and I get it. He said you didn't lie in it. So
okay, so none of the guys had hurt feelings over the book.
No.
Okay. Well, so that seems, because I kind of thought, like from what I had heard, is that some of the guys maybe weren't.
All right, I see what you're saying, Cash God. He's basically saying athletes are dumb and my experience is anecdotal, essentially. Okay, I mean, I get it. Yes, a lot of athletes make bad decisions and all that kind of shit. But a lot of these guys learn leadership qualities that help them in life outside of the sport. So when they graduate, they actually turn out, pretty well. Some don't, some crash out for sure. It is what it is. But okay, generally, can we say that a lot of athletes are dumb? For sure. But I wouldn't go as far as to say, okay, most of them or all of them are dumb, But I would say out of 10 athletes that, attend at least the PWIs, I would say it's like 60-40, I would say it's 60-40 for sure.
Weren't happy they were in the book.
I'm sure they weren't, but I think the people that weren't happy about it, the 2 that I'm thinking of in my mind, I just haven't spoken to them.
Okay.
The other 5 I did. So,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know how they would feel.
So
now.
you don't think because I'm just thinking I just know how the guys are going to see it. Like you're choosing to publicly link with these people, and maybe you didn't want it to be public, but it's like if you're making a choice to go after the rappers, athletes, like that sort of thing, of course people are going to call you a hoe.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah. And no, that's the thing. You don't shy away from that.
Yeah.
But it goes back to my original question, whether you think it's earned or not. Or it's like misrepresenting you or not.
Well, I think there's that I have misrepresented myself because again,
how do you misrepresent yourself when you're admitting to bodies online and then we can see an additional niggas who fuck you know, like I just showed you.
Bundle of Brittany is like her own. That's like a Frankenstein I have created, right? And that's like a fraction, even just
This is them trying to separate themselves from what they do. So she's trying to separate the Bundle of Brittany persona. This is that Beyonce Sasha Fierce shit. This is that Nicki Minaj Roman Rage shit. This is multiple personalities disorder. This is MPD, guys. She literally thinks that she's two different people. Ma'am, you are Bundle of Brittany. Like, I would never say, oh, well, Quarantino to God is different than Reclaim Your Throne, and Reclaim Your Throne is different than Black Gen Z, and Black Gen Z is different than BGZM News 17, and BGZM News 17 is different than Jenquavius Jackson. No, I run all of those channels. It's all the same thing, maybe different aliases, but I'm the same nigga, and I have the same views on all of my videos. It's just the content is different. But she's trying to make it seem like, oh, well, I'm not Bundle of Brittany. I'm Brittany Renner. So, like, no, that's who you are.
just the time we've spent the past few days together. Probably very different than what you've seen online, you know? So that's what I have used to get views and get clicks. And I've realized that I don't have to do that anymore. So that's where the misrepresentation comes in. But again, a hoe, and I guess is in this sphere, right? Is someone who has sex with multiple guys. Okay, well, then that's not a term I'm going to shy away from.
It's not just multiple. I would say once you get to that 10 mark, conservatively, it's not just multiple. Okay, shout out to Noel D. He makes a great point. He says, let's be honest. Any athlete that dealt with her knowing her history isn't the brightest individual. She does have a point. You know what? And I'll give you that. Okay, we'll just say, okay, athletes are dumb. All right. Y'all got it, bruh. Y'all got it. Athletes are dumb, okay? Nah, but seriously, though, you know, there are a lot of intelligent athletes. So I don't want to do all my niggas like that. But yeah, you know, there's some dumb guys in there, and they're immensely talented, and shout out to them for taking the tools that God bless them with, taking their talents and making the most of it, right?
Had sex with multiple guys. Now, I'm not going to take that word and be like, I'm so unworthy, I'm a whore. It just is what it is. Like, that's how they want to distinguish what category women fall under. I got no problem with that. That's fine.
Okay,
I've had sex with multiple guys. It didn't work out. I moved on, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so that part you don't necessarily feel
she's standing on it
based on how the guys would see
it. How they would,
how they would see it. Okay,
I get it.
Okay, so then next, this is where I heard of you first.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about PJ.
Okay.
So you do the book. Is PJ next, or is there something in between?
PJ's after.
Meaning like when we met?
Oh, there's absolutely something in between from the book, or from the day the book was published, I believe in 2018, to when she met PJ. There's absolutely something in between. I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we met. He actually came to my hosting in 2018.
She's about to get triggered.
2018. So that's like physically where we first met. It was not romantic. Like, I literally had a job there. He's like, hey, I'm gonna come by. Okay, cool.
What?
He invited me to his game at UK, February 2019. Right. So we met. I went back for my birthday. So I went to 2 Kentucky games, and that's when we first started talking. Like, after my birthday, we talked almost every single day. And I was aware, like, he's younger than me. I always had a lot of judgment towards guys who are younger than me, because I'm like, you're younger than me. How can you handle me? You know, right? But I always felt like PJ saw me for me. And that is the fucking God honest truth.
Told you,
makes me sad even thinking about it. Because, like,
told you, PJ's a good guy. She fucked up. I mean, she should have stayed when he cheated. Point blank, period. I mean, you only get one shot at that. I mean, he was her perfect guy. He was younger than her, yes, but he was willing to take her on with all of her baggage. PJ doesn't have an issue wifing hoes as long as you bad enough. That's PJ, okay? It's Blue Vitamin, yes, but PJ was a good guy, so don't do him like that, okay? He was a good guy. He was young. And he saw you for you. He just fucked a couple bitches, and now you're mad, and that's where you fucked up. You should have just let him have it. That's really what it is. I mean, she'd probably be married by now if she would have just let him have it. Straight up.
I don't know. You just think people get you and it just doesn't work out. So that's why I overlooked some of those things, like the age. Oh, he's about to be in the NBA. I overlooked that because I felt like, oh my God, I finally have a guy who doesn't judge me, who sees me for me and like accepts it and understands my value. So I felt like he was somebody that like deserved all my time and attention. And, you know, it just didn't end up working out long term.
So, and how old was he when it started? How old were you? Because this is the narrative.
20.
I've got a million questions
God,
about you.
about the age thing. And I'm so glad you brought it up.
About you grooming. Like they said, because
I'm a pedophile, predator.
What? Just to give context.
And look, this is what I'm gonna say. Look, if it's 18, I mean, there's no issue, bro. Straight up, across the board, male or female, and any, I mean, even in Georgia, the age of consent is 16. You know, look at your state laws and make sure that you're doing it correctly. But the reality is, the only law that we have to abide by is the law of the state, the law of the land. So people keep saying groomer and predator this and predator that. Well, then change the laws. If you don't like 18-year-olds dating 50-year-old men, then change the law. But what they're doing in California, they're actually making it more lax. So if you are dating somebody as long as they're 10 years younger than you, then you're going to be good, no matter if they're a minor or not. Let me look this up to confirm, because I read this article the other day. So I mean, they're loosening up the rules.
Text the viewers at home. If you guys don't know anything about Brittany, I saw a video of you where you were in the car saying this is basically how you can get a kid off of an NBA player.
Yep.
And it's really easy because these guys don't wear condoms, and it's something to that effect. So then a couple years later, when you have a kid off an NBA player, it's not a good look.
Right.
And especially that he's a lot younger than you. So what did you feel like was misrepresented there?
And watch this. And this bill right here that I'm going to show you guys, this was signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. This was signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, and it's absolutely fucking insane. And this isn't even the bill that I was talking about, but this one's crazy too. Listen up.
I'm Tony Valier.
And I'm Teo Torres. We want to look at now the other top stories we're following today. Crews are working to contain the North Complex fire. It's burning in Butte, Yuba, and Plumas counties. This fire has killed 10 people. 16 are missing. Firefighters estimate 2,000.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. I guess this video is not what it is. All right, here's the article. California Governor Gavin Newsom on Friday signed a law that would give judges a say on whether to list someone as an intercourse offender for having oral or anal intercourse with a minor. The bill would expand the discretion currently granted judges in statutory rape cases and was promoted as bringing fairness under the law to LGBTQ defendants. The current law in place for decades permits judges to decide whether a man should be placed on California's intercourse offender registry if he had voluntary intercourse with someone 14 to 17 years old and was no more than 10 years older than that person. So this is the same one that I was talking about. So, but the discretion only applied to a man who had vaginal intercourse. Okay. So basically what they're saying is if you're within the 10-year range and you had intercourse with somebody between these ages, 14 to 17, and you're only 10 years older than them, then you would not have to register as a intercourse offender. But if you did this to a young man, I got two deer fighting outside on my front lawn. But if you did this to a young man, so say that you were a LGBT offender and you raped a young man, sodomized a young man, molested a young man, and you were within that 10-year range, you would still be charged and put on a sex offenders list or intercourse offenders list if they did not end up passing this law that actually protects the LGBT, quote unquote, protects the LGBT community. And in the same jest, it actually endangers children. So this is fucked up. But the discretion, and this is Gavin Newsom, who in on my last stream, somebody said, oh, Gavin Newsom would be a great president. Dude, y'all are so blind. But the discretion only applied to a man who had vaginal intercourse. The new change permits judges to use the same discretion when the case involved voluntary oral or anal intercourse. The measure won't apply when a minor is under 14, when the age gap is larger than 10 years old, or when either party says the intercourse wasn't consensual. So basically, if the 14-year-old consents to a 24-year-old, it's all Gucci is what they're saying. And then the women are praising Gavin Newsom, especially black women. And then on the other hand, they're mad because Kevin Samuel says, hey, 40, 50-year-old guys want hot 21-year-olds. You can't make this shit up.
So to give a little bit more context to the video too, especially, I think I made this video in 2018 and I was in my car ranting, like I always do. And people were saying that, you're a gold digger, you're this and you're that. And my way to defend myself.
Was that when you also said that you pay for your own flights too? I would have to go to my archive and play the video in its entirety to be able to confirm that. Because there were other times I talked about paying for my flights. But in that video, I was saying that if I really was a gold digger, I could have several kids by now. And so it was an attempt to make a group of people look bad, and I made myself look even worse. Because I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm a gold digger. These athletes don't use condoms. I could have a baby by then, right? It aged horribly, right? and I don't ever try to deny that, and I don't do apology tours. It is what it is. I said what I said. Like, that was my truth. That was my experience. The people that I was encountering, it's not even like an athlete thing. A lot of guys don't wear condoms, but it was surprising to me that people of such high status were a little bit more reckless, right? And for the you think they have so much to lose.
Yeah, I guess that's exactly what it is, right? It's like, why would you?
Guys, I do want to go back because she said something about the archives, and this is what you guys don't understand. Women understand that their digital footprint matters. I've already told you guys, Generation Z, women have the digital footprint of an adult film actress. So the reality is they know that it matters. So that's why they archive posts so that you can't see who they used to fuck with, so that you can't see who used to be all up in their comments, so you can't see who was liking all their damn pictures, so that it appears that they're a clean slate, fresh slate, like untouched woman. That's why they archive shit. And this is another way that they can lie about their body count. Y'all have to understand what's going on out here.
Was that when you also said that you pay for your own flights too? I would have to go to my archive and play the video.
I would have to go to my archive. So what does that tell you? For one, that tells you that she's trying to hide who she used to be. She's trying to hide who she used to be. She's trying to hide her past. She's trying to hide her sexual history because she archived the post. The second thing that tells you is that she has not walked away from that life. Why does it tell you that she hasn't walked away from that life? Because instead of archiving it, she would have deleted it. So the archives allow you to repost it whenever you want. So if she really parted ways with that life, she would have deleted those pictures, or at least saved them to her phone and deleted them from Instagram, but she didn't.
In its entirety to be able to confirm that. Because there were other times I talked about paying for my flights. But in that video, I was saying that if I really was a gold digger.
Okay, Lock and Gigolo says this is extremely conspiratorial. Nothing to back up what you're saying. What are you talking about specifically? Y'all just be saying shit and not referencing anything specifically. Everything that I've said on this stream, I've backed up with facts. You can join the streaming and question me, but you're going to have to cam up.
I could have several kids by now. And so it was an attempt to make a group of people look bad, and I made myself look even worse. Because I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm a gold digger. These athletes don't use condoms. I could have a baby by then, right? It aged horribly, right? and I don't ever try to deny that, and I don't do apology tours. It is what it is. I said what I said. Like, that was my truth. That was my experience. The people that I was encountering, it's not even like an athlete thing. A lot of guys don't wear condoms, but it was surprising to me that people of such high status were a little bit more reckless, right? And for
you think they have so much to lose.
Yeah, I guess that's exactly what it is, right? It's like, why do you trust me, right?
Yeah.
And as a young person, and you're not even young person.
So in your head, you were saying, like, fuck the haters. I could have a kid. That none of these people, if you wanted to catch a kid by an NBA player,
it's really easy because they're dumb, right? So that's where the context of that video, right? And then I met PJ, like, we started talking when he was 20 years old. We have a 6-year age gap.
Okay, so you're 26.
Yeah.
20. I'm thinking.
Here we go. Here's the niggas with the studies. Is there a study to show that women are the issue in today's modern relationships? You're just pointing to a few women and saying, look, it's all women. Show us a study that says what you're claiming. So here's the guys who appeal to authority. Okay, this is the appeal to authority fallacy. Okay, I'll show you a study. Okay. All right. So for one, we already know that women initiate damn near 80% of the divorces. So that's that. We all know that divorces went up by 90% during the CV in the UK, which is the West. And in the US, I think it went up about 30 to 40%. So we know that those are statistics that you can go look up for your damn self. Another one here. Let's watch. Women are more likely to cheat than men. This is the New York Post. Okay. Science is finding that women struggle more than men when it comes to staying faithful in relationships. And science is finding that. Okay. So these are the guys who want to appeal to authority. We need the science to back it up. Guys, let's go look at the science. Well, here's the science. Even when your marriage is good, you still miss that rush of feeling, and this is in quotes, so excited you can't eat or sleep when you're having such an intense time emotionally and sexually with a new person. That's what I kept going after and what I couldn't say no to. That's how Annika, 45-year-old from Melbourne, describes her experience with cheating, and she's far from alone, according to a growing body of research. Okay, so here's the guys who want to appeal to the authority and the research, and we've got to have a study and a PhD doctor from, with a master's degree and all these different acronyms in front of his name has to verify it before you say that it's true. Okay, so here we go. Many women in long-term relationships are sexually adventurous and have secret lovers. And we all know that women talk to hella men at the same time, and men just aren't able to do it at the volumes that these women are. So the view that it's mostly men who cheat because their partners lose interest in sex is outdated. Yeah, it's impossible for mostly men to cheat because it's so hard to even get sex in the fucking first place. So he says, you're literally in a logical fallacy, making assertions without any evidence. I'm showing you the evidence. Do you know what Hitchens razor is? You don't like science? ? Physiologically, you've probably been broke up and heartbroken, so you're taking it out upon the women. That's because of men. What is he even saying, bro? Join the stream. I have not been physiologically heartbroken. I guess he meant psychologically. Okay. But you spelled physiologically instead of psychologically, bro. Respectfully. Get your ologies right. You may need a scientist in to peer review your chats here, brother. These chat dudes, guys, they're just in denial. Here we go. The amount of people who cheat is higher than you think. And there you have it. We've got multiple different studies. I'm not even going to play that video. But anyways, let's keep going. Bro, join the stream. Join the stream, man. I dropped the link. Join the stream.
I'm 26. I'm thinking 20-year-olds are pretty immature.
But I'm telling you, when I met him, I just felt like genuinely,
yeah,
he had an old soul. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt about him. So a lot of people tried to I don't know. I feel like they tried to tell me how I felt and my intentions. And it's I know the truth. I know the person that I was sitting across from at BJ's when we had our first date in Kentucky and Lexington. You can't tell me that,
I personally think 20 is old enough to make your own decision.
Yes.
I put myself when I was
of
20,
course.
and I'm thinking you can't really be groomed at 20 years old. But for some reason, I feel like back then they said that something about you met him in high school.
I did not even know he existed.
Okay.
I didn't.
And honestly, did you see him play in high school?
Never.
Okay.
I don't, but that's what I'm saying. The $200,000 a month, the meeting him when he was in high school. Again, like even when I first was like I met PJ when I was
He's saying, I don't even have a camera, bro. You don't have a camera phone? Stop the cap. See, these guys don't want to cam up. They want to do all this. Oh, well, you're wrong about this and you're wrong about that. Then I show them evidence. Oh, well, that's wrong too. Well, you can't win.
went to Kentucky, I was talking to someone who played on the Nuggets at the time. And it was someone that I kind of had a history with. And when I met PJ and we had that connection, I immediately cut the guy from the Nuggets off. You see what I'm saying? So like I have my own shit going.
So if you already was talking to the guy who played for the Denver Nuggets and then you were fucking him, the only reason you cut him off is because you knew for a fact he wasn't giving you commitment. So you went with PJ because he was leaning toward commitment. Don't just act like you cut him off because that's not what you wanted. No, you wanted that guy. You wanted him bad, real bad. Just like Young Miami real badly wants Diddy.
I did not know he existed when he was in fucking high school. What? I'm pulling heavy hitters. What am I worried about a fucking kid in high school for? But that's where people just make up their own shit.
Don't do PJ like that, because if I'm not mistaken, he was like, he was top 10 in the draft, right? He might have even been number 1, right? What was he? He was the 12th pick in the draft. What you talking about, dude? He's a big dog. Like, don't do him like that. He's a 12th pick in the draft. He's signing a huge contract coming out of college. Come the fuck on. Don't even do PJ like that.
So it's like, well, I can't really. You guys are going to say what the fuck you want to say. All I can do is sit here and tell you the truth, you know?
So 20, you guys start talking. When did you get pregnant?
I got pregnant.
And you were with him for how long?
We talked.
Were you guys dating or were you like linking?
No, we were exclusive when I got pregnant. So we talked from February 2019 to February 2020. Now, I don't know what he was doing, with who he was doing it with, whatever. But we started dating February 2020. I left.
First round draft pick. He fucking deserved it, right?
California.
This is where they get it fucked up.
April.
This is the issue. He worked his whole life and you expect him to be with just you. No, ma'am. Do you know how hard it is to get into the NBA?
Of 2020. And I moved in with him. I had my own place, but I was staying in his apartment. We were basically kind of living together already. He asked me to move in with him in the summertime. I got pregnant August 2020. So we had been a year and a half at least familiar with one another, but exclusive probably those 6-8 months.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
And did you say, was the child planned?
Yeah. My son is Paul Jermaine Washington III.
Okay.
Like
So
he has his father's
you guys
name.
Sat down and said, I want to have a kid.
Yes. And I was on birth control for 10 years because I never wanted to go through an abortion. That was just me personally. I'm like, well, if I can prevent it and I'd rather be safe. And again, like I'm hot, I'm popping, I got shit going on. I'm definitely not trying
Getting fucked.
to have anybody's child, right? So I got off birth control and there was a conversation, got off birth control, I got pregnant. So it wasn't some, oops, I came in you and you got pregnant. Like, no, it was, I want a family. I want a child. We're going to get married.
Has PJ ever done like interviews on this?
No.
At all? No. I'm just curious. Would he say the same thing?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
The truth is the truth. You know? There are some things like, again, we can share perspective, but the facts of the matter are he was planned. So that can't even be disputed. You know? I always thought PJ was like kind of quiet and more to himself.
Yeah.
So I don't actually see him ever really doing an interview. Like I feel like now
I told you guys, PJ's a good guy, man. Dude, this is so crazy. Like how she tried to go on this tirade and degrade his character. Dude, PJ's a stand-up brother. The reality is when you're dating an NBA player, you must share that man. If you have the house, if you were going to get the ring, if you got the child, then that's all that matters. But she just couldn't stomach that truth. And now she's a single mother, ran through, celebrity Tatiana, essentially. It's ridiculous, man. She dropped the bag. She fucking dropped the bag. It was right there. It was right there. It was like that white boy who dropped the fullback who dropped the touchdown pass for Jackson State. Dude, Oh my God. This weekend was crazy. I actually want to play that play, and then I want to kind of, man, I mean, Brittany Renner has such a fucking digital footprint that she was speaking to Jackson State. She was speaking to the football team. And and I'm gonna show you exactly what Brittany Renner did with PJ Washington. I'm gonna show you exactly what Brittany Renner did with PJ Washington. She dropped the ball. She dropped the ball. She had a ample opportunity to score. Okay. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna show you exactly what Brittany Renner did when it comes to PJ Washington. Ample opportunity to score on the 3-yard line. It's 3rd and 2, or the 2-yard line. It's 3rd and 2. Ample opportunity to score. This is what Brittany Renner did. This is her alma mater, Jackson State.
To DJ Stevens, now on 3rd
and 2. This is Brittany Renner. You got Shadur Sanders at quarterback. You got Travis Hunter somewhere. It doesn't look like he's on the field. This is probably their Rhino package, where they've got 2 fullbacks in. They got a tight end. So they got a guard, tackle, then they got a tight end, then they got 2 fullbacks in and a running back. They run the play action on the goal line. This is what Brittany Renner did. And they slipped the fullback. Watch how they slipped the fullback under the play action. This was a beautifully designed play. Good call by Deion Sanders. And, the white boy dropped the pass.
goal. The defense crowds the line. Shadur Sanders looking to pass it.
Oh! That play still irks me. He had 2 hands on it, didn't see it in. Oh, my God.
To DJ Stevens, now on 3rd and goal. The defense crowds the line. Shadur Sanders looking to pass it.
Oh! God damn it. This is what Brittany Renner did.
In and out of the hands of Hayden Hagler.
4th down.
Hayden Hagler. There you have it. So the white boy dropped the pass, and Deion Sanders had to console Buddy after the game. Watch this. This how good of a man Deion Sanders is. This how solid he is. YouTube. Are we good? All right. Put a one in the chat if y'all can see me. I see y'all flaming my connection and all that shit. It's not my connection. It wasn't the connection. It was literally YouTube kicked me from the stream. YouTube literally kicked me from the stream. It had nothing to do with my connection. So, it had nothing to do with my connection. He says it's a pixel. Can y'all see it now? Hold up. Let me just go to my shit because sometimes y'all just be talking shit. Sometimes y'all just be chatting shit. Oh, he says it's blurry. Okay. Let me see. No, I mean, it's showing that we good. It's showing we good. Maybe I just got to adjust my camera real quick. Get it to focus. Let's see. Yeah, it's showing that we good. Yeah, guys, YouTube kicked me from the stream. It had nothing to do with my connection. But anyways, or it was either YouTube or StreamYards. But here's Dion consoling Hayden Hagler, who dropped the ball just like Brittany Renner did. So let's watch.
We lost together. You understand that? All right, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I need you to back up. Just go prepare you for life.
Yep.
All right? Let's fight through it. Man, you got to believe that. That moment is going to make you who you want for the rest of your life. You feel me? Let's do it.
There you have it. Keep your head up, guys. Y'all heard it from Dion himself. Y'all heard it from Primetime himself. Keep your head up, man. But PJ, my point in that was to show that Brittany Renner dropped the ball. PJ was a good guy. Yeah, he fucked a couple bitches on the side. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the truth is the truth. You know, I mean, there's some things like, again, we can share perspective,
right?
But the facts of the matter are he was planned. So that can't even be disputed. You know, I always thought PJ was like kind of quiet and more to himself. So I don't actually see him ever really doing an interview. Like, I feel like now when we broke up, how everything panned out was like very public and out of character from what I knew of him. But I don't foresee him doing an interview. I don't.
Okay, so you guys break up. Or no.
And he a real nigga for that, because he could have easily cleared his name and said this and said that, but he just stayed quiet. He a real
together. Tell me how'd you guys split up? And you can be as detailed or not detailed as you want. You don't have to go into.
Okay. There were some things.
So she's never really told the full story of the breakup, but let's keep going.
I had never gone through anybody's phone, and because at the time I was 28, right?
Girl, you were dealing with athletes.
I never went through anybody's phone.
Never,
except PJ's.
Okay.
Yep. Because I felt like if I have to go through your phone, I already have my answer, right? And I'm not doing that. I'm not playing fucking detective, right? So I went through his phone. Again, this was the summer, a few months before I got pregnant. Found some stuff in his phone I didn't like. Nothing confirmed. I mean, you're just entertaining bitches. Like, okay.
Entertaining bitches, nothing confirmed. No hard evidence, no hard truth.
I had never been cheated on that I knew of, right? And I found out stuff that
here's the excuse.
He had sex with someone in the beginning of our relationship, but this is in March. You slept with this girl. I found out July.
Okay, so he fucked the girl in March, and she found out in July, and it literally did not affect the way that he treated her. He didn't treat her worse. He didn't treat her worse. Like, bro, this is what Kevin Samuels talks about when he talked about wrecking your home. She wrecked her own home.
I didn't already move my whole life. I'm already here. Okay, well,
you moved from LA.
Yeah, because I moved from Woodland Hills. I had a condo in Woodland Hills, and I moved all my whole life to Charlotte, North Carolina to be with him. Right. Okay. So I found out some stuff. I'm like, okay, you fucked this girl in March. All right. I love you. And I know what you've seen growing up. I've never forgiven anyone because I've never caught anyone cheating on me. But like, I understand your family dynamic. So I choose to understand and to forgive you. And so one of my best friends, when we were talking about how we were like basically trying to get pregnant, she was like, do you think it's a good idea? Because you just found out all this stuff, right? Like the voice of reason, right? And she's like, I don't think that's a good foundation. And I was just like, no, I trust who I'm with. Like, I get it. Like, we've talked.
See, the friend was trying to talk her out of a great opportunity too. See, this is why you can't listen to your friends. If she was a real friend, she would have said, oh, girl, don't mind that. He's finna have a child with you. He's finna wife you up. He's literally going to make you his wife. Just stay down, stay loyal, stay quiet, shut the fuck up, pop out your kids, and get your fucking ring. That's what a real friend would have told you to do. That's what a real friend would have told you to do. I mean, these women are just being led astray.
Talked about it, understand, and he is younger than me, right? He's younger than me. I'm gonna try this. I've never done this, but I'm just gonna try to overlook it and move on. So with that knowledge, again, this is where I take accountability too. I saw behaviors, I saw red flags, and I still chose to move forward. And it's because I loved him.
As you should have. And this just goes to show that women really don't care about cheating. They say they say that they do, but if you're high value enough, they really don't care. The issue is he probably didn't address it in the right way. He probably said, oh, my bad. I'm going to make it up to you. I ain't going to do it again. And he should have just said, hey, look, this is what it is. I'm fucking 6'7". I'm a multi-millionaire. Yeah, you're just going to have to be down with that. And she might have, she probably wouldn't have stayed. And that's why guys lie. Okay. But she might have, though. You never know. So he should have probably just kept it a being right there.
I don't know. I believed in him. And I guess that's where I'm a foolish woman, because I just chose to believe in him.
Yeah, girl, that's La La Land. Respectfully, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like,
respectfully.
And we talked about this a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been saying it respectfully a lot, who knows? I don't know. I ain't even gonna say that, but I've been going hard on the respectfully thing, so we'll just put that there. We'll just keep that there.
But before, I'm just thinking like an NBA player, faithful. I've seen him. I've said this before, but I've seen him at the D3 level.
Yeah.
D3. The nerve.
And my thing is, we ain't finna shit on the D3 athletes too, because those guys still have talent. We ain't gonna shit on the JUCO guys either, because those guys still have talent. So I'm just putting that out there. I go hard for my athletes, if you guys don't know.
The fucking nerve.
No, I mean, I just saw how those guys would like move around campus, and it's like that's Division III basketball. I'm thinking Division.
And they're still fucking 6'5" in Division III basketball. So what are you saying? Still top 5% genetics. So what's the issue? What's the issue?
One has to be madness. The NBA has to be madness.
Yeah.
At firsthand, you've been dealing with these guys for like a decade. You know it's madness.
It is. And that's just where I kind of just take it on the chin. And I'm like, I believed in someone and it just didn't work out. And I know, and he knows the conversations and the consistency that I thought,
And this is one thing. She really doesn't speak in ill will against PJ in public like that. She has a couple times for sure. But at the same time, she really fucked up. And I think that she wishes that she could get that old thing back. I really do. I know she regrets fucking that situation up. She should have stood 10 toes through cheating and all. I don't give a fuck.
Like this was more than enough for me to trust it. I just believed in him. And I can accept my responsibility in that for overlooking certain things that really I should have paid more attention to.
Why didn't you ever look for like just a normal guy with like a 9 to 5? Because it's just guys will always say like, pay attention to what they do, not what they say. And and it's like a lot of times we'll complain about getting like cheated on or something, right? And then
Well, she left the normal guy. That's the issue.
You know, we overlook the 9-to-5 guy who won't.
I would say that, I mean, my first boyfriend I met in college, he was regular guy and I loved him to death. I had dated a lawyer during that span.
Who broke up with who? College guy.
I broke up with him.
She broke up with him, and I guarantee she cheated on him. I guarantee. Brittany Renner is definitely a cheater. I ain't even gonna cap. I would go as far as to say all light-skinned bitches cheat. Oh God. And this is where I'm gonna get the guys. Oh, where are your stats? Where's your data? Where's your peer-reviewed studies? Nigga, I done fucked enough light-skinned bitches. All light-skinned bitches cheat. Okay?
Because it got abusive on both ends.
Mm-hmm. But this is just from the guy's perspective. Like they're gonna be like, okay, well that was the guy who wouldn't cheat, but you dumped him.
Well, it got to a place where he was he was condescending and emotionally really abusive. And then
So he was abused. She said abusive at first. Now it's emotionally abusive. So his condescending tone, he was sarcastic with her, and that's emotionally abusive. Guys, you can't make this shit up.
And it got to a place where you're pushing me, now you're bruising up my arms, and now I'm putting my hands on you because I'm trying to defend myself. And I just felt like
So what? He's pushing you, he's bruising up your arms, and now you're putting your hands on him? Why was he pushing you?
respect was gone. It didn't have nothing to do with whether you cheated or not. It was we are very toxic together, and I do not foresee us moving past this. Like I feel like once this is me, once that respect is lost for whatever reason, and then now y'all putting your hands on each other, it has to end because there's only one way it's going to end. It only gets progressively.
And I do agree with that. When it comes to domestic violence, if contact is made, violent contact is made on both ends. Violent contact is made on both ends, then for sure, that's when it needs to end. I don't care if she hits you. I don't care if you hit her.
Worse, in my opinion, in my experience. I'm not trying to find out either. You're putting your hands on me, doing all that other stuff. I don't want to see what you're capable of.
Did you file a police report at all or no?
No.
Because again, it's just like from like a lot of times we'll say these things about guys, but it's like the question is like me if I'm getting punched in the face. I
wasn't getting punched in the face. It was more so you were like bruising my arms and
he was restraining her because she was acting a damn fool. That's what happened, guys. See, she's not telling the full story. I guarantee she was acting an ass and he was restraining her.
Pushing me down and little stuff like that. And I know if he would have punched me in the face, that would have also be a different thing. I've never been hit or punched anything ever.
Of course you haven't.
Yeah.
Most women have not ever been hit in the face by a man. So stop it.
I feel like it was leading up to being punched in the face. But bruises on my arms to me is a little more than enough.
And then
bruises on your arms? What about bruises when he slaps your ass? See, like y'all are so selective with this abuse shit. Choke me, spit on me, slap my ass, but then a nigga puts a bruise on your arm for restraining you because you're acting like a fucking cuckoo, loonu, batshit crazy woman, and now it's a problem? This shit is crazy.
And you never hit first.
I slapped him. Yeah.
She slapped him and he put his hands around, he squeezed her arms, and that's the problem. She initiated the violence. It's over. End of discussion.
Okay. Okay, but you would agree that's like mutually abusive.
No, that's what I said. I said it was. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't never said. Oh my god, no! Like it got to a place where I'm like, all right, now I'm about to start putting my hands on you too.
You too? No, you initiated contact. You slapped him, and then he put his hands on your arms to restrain you. Dude, she's such a fucking liar. It's crazy.
And that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of times you actually do, agree with like a lot of the stuff I say, which is interesting.
Really? Why?
I was just expecting to disagree with you on like everything when you came.
Yeah.
On some level, but no, you actually are more based than I thought you were going to be.
I like what you talk about. I think that it's foreign to me because, and I would say probably a lot of females as well, because I can honestly say, I'll speak for myself because I don't want to speak for everybody, but I never thought about it. I never thought about how men feel. I never thought about biological.
And most women don't give a fuck about how men feel. They don't give a fuck about your testosterone. They don't give a fuck about your libido. They don't give a fuck about You know, sexual access and sexual variety being essential to a man's mental health. I don't care. It's fuck men. We don't need men. You know, my feminism.
Speaking, what makes sense. I never thought about how in marriage, you know, especially if the man makes more, that it's kind of a shitty contract on their end. I know business. That doesn't make sense, you know, unless we're signing prenups, right? So it's just like, since I've been listening to your content and I knew I was going to get on here, I've started to like you a lot more, right? It's easy to just kind of take a clip from you and be like, oh my God, she's this, she's that. I personally like you. Like, your personality is why I got on a 7-hour flight. And I knew that even though I may not agree, and I think that, and not even about agreeing, even though I may not just limit it to just that, like that perspective, I respect it. And I think it's true. There's really not a lot of stuff I think is untrue. And I just have told you, even when we were speaking off camera, that this is a newer mentality. I don't know what this mentality would mean to society as a whole. We kind of talked about the arranged marriages and what would that mean for society as a whole, right? And I think I can't.
It would mean that women would have less bodies. It would mean that families would be coming together in the interest of creating a legacy and a generation, a dynasty, if you will. It would imply a lot of different things that would be more beneficial to society, because there would be more of an incentive to make the situation work.
I remember the verbiage you used when we were talking about how the arranged marriages and how women, if we had dreams and stuff we wanted to explore on what that outcome would look like. You said the term. I don't remember the term you used though. Okay. But no, it's like, I get it. And all I can do is just be honest about, like, this is the expression that I like, that is coded within me. And I am willing to accept the consequences that comes behind it. So I don't ask for people to look at me through a different lens. I'm just kind of here to be myself and just showcase another perspective. That's really it.
And I like that answer. I really did like that answer. Like I said, I don't think Brittany Renner is necessarily a bad person. Like, she's, you know, somebody who would, I don't know, fucking catch a body or some shit, or be like a neglectful mother. But I think that she just doesn't understand how life works yet, especially when it comes to relationships and dealing with high value men. And she lost her chance. She lost her crack at a high value man because she thought she was hot shit. And she thought that she would be able to leave him, bounce back on the market, and be okay with a kid. And it's like, no, your value has lowered substantially since you've had that child. You went from a 6, fresh out the shower, no makeup on, to a 4 with the child.
So I'm thinking, so you do the,
and she's hitting the wall.
Looking back, was there anything that you would do differently? And is there different advice that you would give to a 20-year-old girl that has the same opportunities that you did?
I think the biggest thing that I would want to do differently is
avoid the athletes.
No, and that's the thing. She doesn't regret her whole past because she loved every minute. She loved every minute of getting her holes filled by these men. She loved every inch that went inside of her orifices, guys. I'm telling you that right now. So she doesn't regret her whole past. And that's why, you know, it's a dub. And that's why it's a dub for most of the women who have a whole past. Guys, if you use the body count formula, I'm telling you right now, like, it's infallible. Okay. It's infallible. All right. Her age minus 18 and multiply that by 3 to 7, depending on her level of promiscuity. And you can determine that by looking at her social medias, the way that she acts, the way that she moves, the way that she speaks, tattoos, you know, physical red flags and whatnot, bald head. Okay. If it's not from a sickness. All right. But these are things, these are indicators. These are huge indicators of the whole past, guys. And this is what you have to be aware of.
Well, I will say, I have to be honest with myself, because I think it's easy to take the cliche route and say, like, I would do nothing differently. Now, from the wisdom I have acquired, no, I would not change this wisdom for a clean slate. And that's just the God honest truth. But I will say to 20-year-olds, and even to my 20-year-old self, I hate how I allowed myself to just be, like, used up by men.
Yep. You should have stayed with PJ. But you heard her. She hated how she allowed herself to be used up by men. And now this is where she puts it on the men. No, you were sexually liberated. You were free. And you gave that pussy out to anybody who made you fucking tingle. Don't act like it was just men coercing you or persuading you or forcing you to do anything. No, you enjoyed every moment and every inch of your sexual past, your sexual history, and you're still going up. So don't just act like it was just something where, oh, well, men were just using me up and they were tricking me into sex. This fucking bullshit. You drank the feminist Kool-Aid. You drank the feminazi Kool-Aid, and now you're getting diabetes.
And that came from a lack of self-worth. I did not understand my value that I was born with. I didn't. And
yeah,
and
let's just keep it a buck. On paper, this is a catch. In high school, if she went to my high school, nigga, it would be OV. Like that. Mixed race girl, pretty hair, banging body, decent personality before she got ran through. Innocent, no bodies, clean slate, nigga. What? Would have been swooped up already. This is how they lose, guys, and we're just watching it in real time.
Again, people look at sex differently, but sex is spiritual unification. At the end of the day, I don't care how you spin it. It's spiritual.
For women.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, for women.
Or women, yes, absolutely. And I'm glad that Pearl corrected her on that. Oh, sexual unification. And oh, well, men get the soul transfer. No, we don't get the soul ties. No. No. You're taking in our soul. That's why the semen is white. Yeah, that's our soul. You're taking it in to create another soul. Yeah, I went there. Men don't get the soul ties. Men can be hurt by women, yeah, when they put in long-term commitment and expound resources on those women. That's what happens. It's not a soul tie. It's, bitch, I spent $100,000 on you and you gonna fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's not soul ties. It's, damn, I put in all this work, all this time, all this money in you, and you just go and go to girls' night out and fuck off my shit. That's what it is for men. It's not anything about soul ties.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. For women, it's spiritual unification. And people that I shared my body with, when I think about my list, it's repulsive because they didn't deserve it. But that was an outcome of me discounting my worth.
You heard her. So she's ashamed of her own body count. She's ashamed of her own body count.
And it's disgusting. I hate even having that spiritual tie in any type of way. But yeah, I
to wicked men like Lil Uzi, wicked men like Kevin Gates, you have a spiritual tie to wizards and warlocks. You have a spiritual tie to open Satanists. You have a spiritual tie to open devil worshipers. Now take that into the bank.
I would absolutely change sexually how I move around. And not even necessarily because of like the societal outcome. It's more so from my self-worth.
Like, how it makes you like feel.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good knowing that you gave a sacred part of you
to a Satanist. When is she going to admit that, yes, Lil Uzi Vert is a Satanist? Yes, Kevin Gates is a Satanist. Yes, Kevin Gates said there's more to masonry than just laying bricks. He's a Freemason. And there's plenty of evidence. Kevin Gates absolutely is a Freemason.
A man that looked at sex with you is taking a piss. That's not fulfilling. It's disgusting to think about. And I feel like I've beat myself up every single day for my decisions. And what people say about me online holds no candle to what I've told myself on a daily basis. Like I've been called worse by better, and that better be me. Like I have talked down to myself, and I felt like I was unworthy for a very long time. And I would say this is more of a recent awareness, like in the past year, where I'm like,
and you know, I think that that child grew her up. See, there's this theory going on in the red vitamin space that women stop maturing once they start getting sexual attention from men. And I do agree with that. But then I think they start to begin to mature again once they have a child out of wedlock. Okay. And their maturation actually can continue if they get linked up with a high value man. So she could be really sexually attractive and she's not maturing because she's getting everything that she wants out of life and out of men, especially. And then she meets up with a high value man and you know, let's just say that she isn't ran through, and then she's going to start maturing again because he's going to teach her things, not only, you know, about business and whatnot, but about herself. And he's going to allow her to be in her natural feminine. Okay. So that's how that works. But if she is, you know, naturally sexually attractive at a young age, and then she's growing up and she doesn't run into any high value men, and she's just, you know, smashing F boys and whatnot, and she's accruing different bodies, then what's going to happen is she's never going to mature until she has a child out of wedlock. That's when she starts to say, okay, bitch, I need to get my shit together. Let me go sit down. Guys, I've seen this every single time.
Like, Brittany, you were always enough. Like, you never had to seek validation outside of you.
And she really was, man. If she was not ran through, she would be wifey material, point blank. I mean, she's got a exuberant, vibrant personality. You know, she was a bright light until she gave her womb to Satanists. Okay. But other than that, like, she really had a lot of potential. And it's just, it really is sad to see all these women drinking the feminazi Kool-Aid and running up body counts and thinking that men are just supposed to accept them on the back end. No, ma'am.
Never had to look that far. And that's what I would tell myself. I would and try to tell women, you should really think about who you're laying down with. Like, and that is a more traditional view, but it's like, sex is not even worth it if they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. They have no desire to, they don't want to know your favorite color. They don't give a shit. So why do you want them over top?
But women nowadays, they don't even, like, they'll give sex faster to the men who don't give a fuck about them. Whereas if you show that you really care about them and you send them that good morning text and you send them that good night text and you text them that that, oh, you know, text me when you're home text, they'll make that guy wait. They'll make that guy wait. Why? Because they're so used to men just fucking and chucking and not giving a shit about them that when they do find a guy that gives a shit about them, they think it's going to end. And they have like this pessimistic mindset of the relationship. So in order to drag it along, they have to drag the sex along as well. And that's something that people never really talk about.
Of you. Again, that's come from.
Shout out to Distant Lights. He says, yeah, there's something really likable about Brittany Renner. Don't know what it is. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You know, Brittany Renner, she's hot. She's got a really, you know, extroverted personality. You know, she seems like a really nice girl. You see her having intellectual conversations, and she can sit down with people who have trashed her. She sat down with Fresh and Fit, and it got a little hostile for a second. But, you know, Fresh and Fit have previously spoken about her in a negative light, and she sat down with them. She sat down with Kevin Samuel. She's sitting down with Just Pearly Things. Dude, if she didn't have over 50 bodies, she would be a fucking catch. And that's the problem. Single mother, over 50 bodies. She's hot, but she's hitting the wall. And it's just a damn shame. And women are not going to learn from her mistakes. Why? Because on Instagram, she's still pushing that, oh, boss bitch, da-da-da-da, you don't need no man shit. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there.
Feeling used up. And sometimes that's why the used goods comments, they sting. Because you know what? There are times I felt like that. I feel like the old toy, or sorry, the new toy that now is unexciting and put away in a box.
Yep.
So I just have to accept.
And the thing isn't even like crashing into the wall at 100 miles per hour. I'd say she's going a smooth 55. Like, she's not ugly even now. Man, guys, YouTube keeps kicking me from the stream. But like I was saying, Brittany Renner is not crashing into the wall at 100 miles per hour. She looks like 23, 24 years old. So she doesn't look, that old.
I've done and move forward with this awareness and just know that, okay, the guy that most likely, that I'm not looking for a husband, I'm looking for my husband, and there's a difference. That guy is going to be a very small percentage, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like damn near impossible at this point because she's looking for her husband, right? Is what she said. You lost your chance with PJ. You have a child. Now that man's going to have to accept the child and take care of that child. He's going to have to accept your past, your social media history. She's not even a corn star. She's not even a corn star. And she has the digital footprint of an adult film actress.
I'm at peace with the things I've done. But I will say moving forward, like talking to any girl, to you, you know, whoever's listening, like you really should think about why you're doing what you're doing. Really think about, why am I attracting that? What part of me?
But she was the main one telling women to fuck as many as guys that you want. Fuck whoever you want. She was literally that person. She's so disingenuous.
Is resonating with a guy like that. If you have all these complaints about him, what's resonating with him? Really analyzing what you're doing. That's what I would suggest.
So why don't, because in my head, like,
see, they don't understand alpha fucks or alpha smashes, beta cashes. They don't understand that.
why wouldn't you avoid this? If you could go back, you wouldn't avoid the situations? Because I thought in the beginning you said that like you wouldn't change it because of the wisdom you've acquired. But to me, it's like, oh my God, if I knew what I know now, like I probably would have waited till I was married.
No, I get that. And I understand that. I think that I have a very influential voice, and I have grown to be a voice for women who have gone through what I've gone through and experienced what I've experienced. And although I can't speak for the majority because my situation still isn't even average, right? And I'm aware of that, but my voice is important, just like your voice is important.
Your situation is actually kind of normal for the average, decent looking. Like any woman over a 6, they're fucking the same type of guys that you fucked. The thing is, they didn't write a book about it, and they're going to be able to get married later on. I know a girl who smashed a famous NFL football player, famous running back, and she smashed him. She has video evidence of her smashing him, and it never got out. It never leaked. And guess what? She's married now to some beta white guy. Okay. So if her sexual history or sexual past is not out there for the whole world to see, then it makes it easier for her to do that. I know another girl, same shit. She smashed a famous, now he's a Cubs baseball player. He did play for the Braves. Now he plays for the Cubs, and he just signed a $177 million contract, and he smashed one of my homeboys' girlfriends. And I mean, now she's married. So the thing is, a lot of these chicks are getting around and they're finessing into marriage because people don't know their sexual history because it's not all on the internet.
And that's why I would not want to change anything, because I don't know what this is a very tough spot to be in, right? Because you're figuring it out. You have people who are also trying to figure it out. And it's like, I'm needed in this space because my voice guides those women that you guys talk about, right? So that's why I wouldn't change it, because there's a greater picture. Even in like I told you, my last relationship, I had the Bentley, I had the house, I had the kid, and it wasn't enough. Okay. So it may be a small percentage of us women who feel this way, but I feel like that's the voice that I represent.
Oh no. No. There's a large percentage of
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know.
They're predicting that 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. Yeah. So much so that big banks are investing in like cat food, wine, like things that go with like single women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, big percentage. So I feel like my voice does matter to navigate through this space for them.
So it's like again, it's such a small percentage of men that you're like looking for now.
I know.
Yeah. How do you want to navigate that, like moving forward? Do you even want to date like right now? Because so I know some people when their kids are young, like just don't want to date. How do you like feel about that?
I think it has more to do with where I'm at emotionally, and it's not even like a jaded thing, right? It's more of I know my value. I can have one conversation with a guy now, and I know exactly what he's about. So most of the guys that have presented themselves in front of me just want to fuck me. I'm not interested.
Bullshit. And this is the thing. She's talking about, oh, most of the guys that want to fuck me. Dude, you fucked Kevin Gates after you had a child. I hope to God you didn't bring that man around your child. If you brought that man around your child, then you're a neglectful mother. But Jojo Joestar says, he says, Dansby Swanson. Yeah, you're right. Dansby Swanson. That's who it was.
And I'm going to keep an open mind, and I'm going to.
And now look at Dansby. He's getting married. And, you know, I don't know what his girl's been, well, his wife or his girl, whatever, has been doing in the past. But, you know, I know a woman from my university that he smashed, and now she's getting married as well. So it's just like, it's funny to see how things come about.
An open heart. But I know by how a man approaches me, how he speaks to me, I know that there's that he wants more with me. It is just, I know. So that's where I'm like, I'm not going on dates right now. I'm not talking. I don't have somebody that we talk every few days, every day. I have no masculine energy besides like my family, our family friend Jerry. I have no masculine energy in my sphere, in my bubble. I don't, because I think I focused on men and just dick in general for a very long time. And now I'm just going to get to the business. I understand that the window, the percentage, it's changed a lot from when I was 22. So all I can do is kind of equip myself financially, take advantage of the opportunities I have now to set myself up, because I can't rely on a man and someone coming to save me. I can only save myself now. So that's why dating is not a focal point, but I'm not like turning guys away that actually want to get to know me. Like,
you literally had sex with Kevin Gates after the birth of your child. I mean, if that ain't fucking exchanging energies, I don't know what is.
The real me, not just want to fuck me and say all the right things and fuck me, because I can see through that too. So I just use discernment now.
Oh, you can see through that? Dude, we just played the audio of Kevin Gates talking all types of greasy shit about him eating your ass. Like, what? Are you kidding me? She's so full of shit. Listen to watch what they do and not what they say, guys.
Where I'm like, no guys even really try to talk to me. Like, or I should say, no guys that.
Jojo Joestar says, to a woman who probably understands he can do whatever he wants. So he's saying that Dansby is linking up with a woman who understands he can do whatever he wants. That's facts. Jojo Joestar says, I could never wife a woman who got smashed by a rich athlete. They're alpha widowed for sure. Yep.
No. Of course, guys. No. I'm saying, of course, there's guys in my DM, like random people, but guys that I would be interested in, there's really nobody trying to.
Guys who have a blue check mark. That's what that means.
Talking about that, and that's okay. That's fine.
Would you date a guy that's a normal 9 to? Okay. Would you date a guy makes $40,000 per year and he's not hot? He's just like, all right, average guy.
Average guy.
He has a little beer. He's like skinny, little beer belly.
No.
I
take care of myself. I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week. At whatever his salary is, to me, I feel like I still want to be attracted to the person that I'm with. And $45,000, you could be in the gym. Gym membership's $20 a month. So if I had a kid a year and a half ago, and I look damn good. So it's like, I would want someone who takes care of their body. So the beer belly is kind of where you lost it. It wasn't even really the money thing. It's like the attractiveness.
What if he was like dead in the face, but jacked? $40,000 a year.
No, I don't like.
So she doesn't like Malcolms. There it is. She doesn't like Malcolms. She doesn't like mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable men. So then it's over. If you're not willing to settle with a Malcolm, then you're done for. If you're not willing to settle with a Malcolm, then it's OV. She just described a Malcolm, a mildly attractive or medium ugly, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. If you're not willing to settle with a Malcolm, it's OV.
What I'm looking at. And men, like, especially too, as they get older, like, I like the salt and pepper. Like, they get sexier. Like, I don't want to date someone that I'm not attracted to.
Would you date someone like 20, 30 years older? 30 years older.
He's salt and pepper and fine? Probably.
He's okay. Because it's just like, even when girls say they're like bringing down their standard, it's like, do we really?
I think I'm like,
you know, percent of men most women find unattractive.
What?
Not just okay, unattractive.
Okay. What?
80. You probably find 80% of men unattractive. So even if like and that's why I say like even if you find a guy attractive, like you just think he's fine, that means other girls think he's fine. That's top 20% of men. And it kind of puts us, and it kind of just puts us in the same predicament where it's like through our 20s, like this is what the guys are complaining about. It's like
should have stayed with PJ. Should have stayed with PJ.
Okay, through our 20s, we're gonna sleep around with the rappers, the entertainers, and maybe like most girls, I would say, I know the manosphere says differently, don't have access to the guys you would access to, right? But
no, that's not true. And she even made the preface. I know the manosphere says different. Every girl has access to those guys. Flued out
could be like the town rapper, the town like whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
And those guys will never commit, and if they do commit, they'll probably cheat. And then we come at 30 and say, take me now, maybe with a kid from someone.
Ooh.
And it's like the guy comes in and feels like he's like settled for, because the guys you really wanted were in your 20s.
Yep.
And it's kind of like what you're saying is kind of reiterating this, because you just said now, like you don't have the guys you want in your DMs anymore.
Correct.
Yep.
But this is how it's meant to be, because a lot of people have.
There you have it. This is how it's meant to be. And that's why you're not going to get cuffed by a high value man.
Villainized me, and I've played into that. Actually, I want to say, people have villainized me, and I have villainized myself, because it's like, well, instead of fighting against it.
But you villainize yourself first. What did I tell you? Women objectify themselves, and then men do it after. Women objectify themselves first. Men follow up with more objectification because you already objectified yourself. Therefore, men see it as okay to objectify you, since you're, supposed to be strong, independent, and confident about objectifying yourself. So you can objectify yourself, but then when men say, hey, she's objectifying herself, let's join on in, then it's a problem. That's it right there. That's it right there. And she says, oh, this was meant to be.
I don't know, trying to convince people I'm actually a good-hearted person. It's easier to just be the villain. So I do feel like the villain element is a lot of, I would say more so what guys fear, right? Because they're thinking
men, let's put it like this. Men don't fear women at all. There's like, it's laughable that you think men fear women in the slightest. Maybe a nigga might be scared to talk to or approach her. So I can get that. But as far as like nobody's scared to say, hey, it's not fear that you're talking about. It's apprehensiveness. It's also apathy. Like we just don't give a fuck anymore because you're not prime meat. You're not prime meat. You're past well done now. Like you're burnt at this point.
she's gonna hurt me, she's gonna write about me, she's gonna this. So to be honest, I wasn't meant to be with any of those guys in my 20s. Like it wasn't a match. Like there's nobody then that I'm like, I wish they would take me seriously now. No.
Cap. You wish Lil Uzi was doing what he was doing with you to JT. Stop it. You wish Kaepernick would have wiped you up like he did Nessa or Nessity or whatever her name is. The chick at Hot 97. Stop it. You wish Kevin Gates would do you like he did Dreka, wife you up, having, threesomes and doing sex rituals in a fucking Pentagon with with checkerboard marble floors. Stop it. Oh my God. This is where the cap comes in.
Like I like them the same reason they like me. I'm trophy pussy to them, and they're basically trophy dick to me. We both got what we wanted.
You're not trophy pussy though. You are literally a notch. It's not trophy pussy. Like you keep trophies. You keep trophies. You store them on your you store them on a dresser or something, or case them up or whatnot. You're not a trophy, ma'am.
I mean, essentially, we want to have sex. That works. I mean, yeah, you have sex and you maybe want to start being in a relationship, but I didn't fucking know them like that. There's a lot of guys I didn't really know on that level to even, it makes sense. So it's not even like you were saying, I'm trying to think of the sentence you said before we started this conversation though. This topic. So it's not even that I'm like, oh, I wish I had those options. It's just more so like that shit was shallow anyways. Everything was shallow about it. Like you didn't really want to get to know me from me.
Yeah, but that's like the woman's point of view. You know what I mean? Like,
but they didn't want to if they wanted to get to know me from me, it'd been a little different.
Right. No, I'm saying like from the men's point of view, it's going to be, and this is just, again, what.
And then she's trying to act like in all these relationships, she went in genuinely and cut off all the guys she was talking to. she's the type who doesn't cut off her hose. She's juggling these guys. If this one fucks up, I'm gonna go hang with this one. If this one fucks up, I'm gonna go hang with this one. Dude, full of shit.
What the guys are saying.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you made all those, like you let all those guys hit for free, and now I got to do all this.
Yep.
So it's not even, I don't even look at it as, well, you did it for free, because I'm not a prostitute. Like, and I'm not a glorified escort.
Right, and that might not be how you look at it, but
Okay, 'cause that's crazy to
this
me.
is
It's not about for free. It's about with the path. It's the path of least resistance. You allowed these guys to go in through the path of least resistance, but now for me, you got this damn obstacle course. Like I'm over here playing Ninja Warrior trying to get to the damn pussy, and you done fucked all these other niggas with no obstacles in their path, but the fact that they were clouded up and they had a blue check mark. That's what men are talking about. So no, ma'am, we're not going to accept the rundown, used up pussy. No, ma'am.
this is just like this is how men see it. It's like okay, blessing. You took your girl on dates, right? Yeah. How would you feel? How would you feel if you took her on, let's say, 5 dates before you hit? I don't know what y'all did. I'm not. And then you found out that your Bob down the street hit without taking her on shit.
Fuck no. Oh, bro, and see, this is why I never judge a woman for hitting on the first date, because if she hits on the first date, then I know that there's like real physical attraction. And once you have that, I mean, you pretty much got that shit in the bag.
Like it hurts. It's like it hurts a man's ego.
No, that's fine.
And it hurts. It's not insecure.
Well, it's not about ego. It doesn't hurt your ego. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. Men want to feel like they got the best deal. If you read Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, you have to go in proposing the best deal for yourself. And that is a one-sided deal. In that deal, the woman wins because the woman wins because she's getting all of the benefits without putting up any effort. She's getting taken out on dates. She's getting shit paid for her. She's getting money spent on her. She's getting flued out. She's getting Ubered to the crib or to the date or wherever y'all going. I'm expounding my resources and getting nothing in return. That's the issue.
Either. It's just like
that's where I have to come in and say, okay, like I'm not saying your ego shouldn't be hurt. I'm saying you're not somebody that is even like, we're not on each other's radar. So the man that I want can't care about who the fuck I went on, who I did what with, and that's a small percentage. So that's why it's like him saying that he's allowed to feel that way. I mean, that's fine. Like you're not on my radar.
But I think the point is like all men think like this.
I'm not going to generalize all. I just can't. Like we can say,
and that's the problem. You don't understand men.
A majority, but I'm not going to generalize and say all, because it's like what my biggest issue is like once you hit a certain age, you're no good. Okay, so women we hit 30 and we're basically useless to society. Okay, to most men that's how they're going to feel.
No, it's not that you're useless to society. It's that you basically lost your sexual market value. So you're useless in dating. You're useless to date. Not that you can't be a doctor and giving value to the world. Not that you can't be a nurse and you're not, one of those nurses who'd be doing TikToks and shit like that and doing stupid shit on the job. No, you can absolutely, be useful to the world or to quote unquote society. But at the end of the day, in the sexual marketplace, yes, you become useless. Having a kid in the sexual marketplace for a woman is an L.
Our life still has to go on.
I would say not most men don't feel that way. It's it's the men that we want that feel that way because those men have options. 80% of men women find unattractive. Those men will date 30-year-olds. They'll date single mothers.
That's true. Now she's right about that. It's the guys who are worth a damn. It's the guys who know their own value. The guys who don't know their own value, the blue vitamin guys, the guys who aren't in shape. Like, dude, I'm in shape. I'm not going to settle with a fat chick. That's really how it is. Like, I'm a guy and I've increased my value. I'm not going to get with a woman who's decreased her value. Point blank.
They'll do all of it. It's the 20% of men that we want when they say, okay, single mom or no single mom. I'm going to pick no single mom because it's just less headache.
Yep.
If I could pick a 22-year-old or a 32-year-old, I'm going to pick a 22-year-old. It's
That's
not,
fine.
it's not to say nobody gets through, but just like on a balance of probabilities.
No, and that's fine. I just think
and I think the men sometimes get frustrated with us because they feel like we've been sold this fairy tale.
Yep.
That's just not real, and these men are not.
Oh, accept me how I am. Da 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 da. Yeah. No, ma'am. No, thank you.
Not real. Like to them, and that's where they come in and say like women are delusional for like wanting these things.
Yep.
I mean, and from their perspective, that's valid. I don't have to.
From their perspective, no. That's reality. It's not from our perspective. It is. It is. Okay. When God said, "Let there be light," there was light. Okay. Why do they keep trying to get away from reality? Understand your reality is that you made a lot of mistakes in your past. You have a public presence. You have the digital footprint of an adult film actress, and no man sees that as a good deal to marry, or at least no man that you want.
Like, if that's however, whatever percentage men you want to say that's how they feel, you're saying all. I'm saying I'm not gonna categorize and say all.
We can
I don't think all of anything.
I'll give you 5%.
Okay, 5%. Okay, well then I'm only concerned about the 5. Like I have no like I'm not Jehovah's Witness. I'm not here to convert.
Okay, but the 5% of guys are the guys who are unattractive. Those are the guys who are in their mom's basement who will take whatever the fuck they want. Guys who understand the reality care about that shit.
You guys shouldn't think this way about me. You should see me as a see my value. I don't
No,
need
and
that.
I'm not saying like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
you're
it just
where
is what it is.
you're where you're at. You can't undo the men you slept with.
Yeah, and I don't want to. It just is what it is.
You have a child, so you can't undo any of that. There's no point in harping about it. And I think that's the point you generally try to make.
Yeah, is that I accept the repercussions of my decisions, good, bad, or indifferent.
But my only point is I'm just trying to like let you know this is how the men see it, and this is what they're talking about in the red pill.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, what were your biggest disagreements with me before you met me?
Biggest disagreements,
or anything on the show that you've disagreed with that I said?
I think there were maybe 3 things.
Okay.
The first, well, I had only watched one video on your Instagram because I didn't want to do too deep of a dive just yet, right? And it was the women aren't entitled to safety. And I think it's triggering because like you think of like, well, why do I have to fear going down a dark alley, right? But then when you actually think about it, none of us are entitled to safety. So that statement is actually true. So that was one thing. So I kind of went through my own thought process. We move forward. I don't even know.
So many people triggered over that one.
Yeah, because it's like you do want to be like, well, why can't I go down an alley at 1 a.m? Well, you can, but whatever. But I think.
Yeah, I mean that's just dumb.
The other thing we had on the show, again, I don't disagree with. Okay, maybe the fat comments aren't that nice.
I can't say.
I would say that I
the
get
large and majestic.
I don't think they're nice. I get
they started though.
Okay. But I mean, so I get you trying to defend yourself. And like when somebody says something mean to you, or again, if someone's not nice to you, you're going to be not nice back. So even from your perspective, I still get it. It's like you attack me. Well, you're going to hit me. I'm going below the belt. You're going low. I'm going to hell. You know what I mean? So I also, even though I don't agree, I understand. Because if you're going to talk about me, I'm going to talk about you too. Right. And I think the only thing during our talk with Andrew that I think I got maybe a little hyper was when we were talking about the child support stuff. And that's just because that is a close to home
Did she talk to Andrew Tate? Who is Andrew?
topic, and it is a very it is a topic that is to me is talked about a lot, and people who don't have a fucking kid, who aren't going through this process, the lawyers, the custody, child support, all that stuff, you don't have a fucking clue, So every state has different laws. So I think that was the only thing where I felt kind of hyper, but we talked about that like on the show, we kind of got into that stuff and why I felt the way I felt. So I don't know. I like you. I'm going to be honest. Like, I definitely want to shoot more stuff together. And
the pair of nobody saw coming.
Yeah. Like, I think you're cool as fuck. So I don't know. Like, I think that I watched a lot of videos about you on TikTok. People were very like ugly to you. And I don't think they really see your personality, and they don't understand that there is a voice. Every voice is very important, right? Everybody's voice. It doesn't matter what shitty you think their content is. You think they're this. Their perspective is valid, and they are representing a group of people. So you can't, if you care about feelings and you care about truth, then you wouldn't try to downplay other people's perception. Like it's valid. And there's a lot of things too that we talk about, like that you talk about with the marriage and the contracts and disadvantages and biological things. Those are things that just cannot be argued. Like from a biological standpoint, a lot of stuff makes sense. So I like what you're doing personally, and I like you as a person. And I think if more people actually sat down and talked to you, they would like you.
All right, so we're going to stop there, guys. I think that's a good stopping point. We're going to do a part 2 maybe tomorrow or a couple days later. But I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. You know, she is mightily delusional, honestly. But appreciate everybody joining the stream. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship according to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so I know you're paying on time, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking game with the BS. And you already know. Reclaim Your
Want to
Throne.
become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.